Good morning, everybody. My name is Rian, and we are here this morning to do a Q&A for everybody that's part of Bitcoin Wise. Welcome. I am very well, thank you. You don't have to ask when you ask your questions. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with what do you do when you go into your Cellbox and you see your weekly pay? Or even on Wednesday, some of you might get a monthly pay, the passive pay part. Fridays, we get the referral pay. Wednesdays, we get the credits that we got back from our purchases and from our team's purchases. Right. So what do? We have to have a 168 code. If you want to spend with your Cellbox money, you have to use a 168 code. When you get your referral income or your passive income, it's going to be a 432 or 401 or whatever. What do? I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what do we do. So first of all, you need to log in to your Cellbox back office. Okay. Now, how do we do that? I'm sure all of you have tried. Oh, that's page 0, page 9. Let's go back to page 1. So how to convert, right? You're going to log in to cellbox.com. Now, when you go to cellbox.com, you're going to see a login to Cellbox. You click on that. That's pretty easy so far. Your username is your 27 and your mobile number without the 0. This was sent to you by email, okay? I know some people get away by putting in 083, some gets away by putting in 83. Your real username is the one that got sent to you by SMS, not email, by SMS from Cellbox. So your username is exactly what's in that SMS. 27, drop to 0, and your number. Mine in this case, 2783, and the rest of my numbers. Your 5-digit PIN was sent to you in that same SMS. Put that 5-digit PIN in. If you've changed it since then, which you can in your profile, then it's the one that you've created. Don't lose it because you can't reset your PIN. It is a process, right? And it's not an easy process because they need to send you an OTP, but you have to give it back to them within 60 seconds. So please, if you change your PIN, do a screenshot of your new PIN so that you can see it and you can remember it. All right. Then you're going to click login. For those that's new and even those that's not so new, do not click twice. Once you've clicked the login, you stand away and you watch your screen. Have a cool drink, have a coffee, go do the gardening and wait. It takes long. It can take anything from 10 seconds to a minute to go in. If you click twice, you will lock your Cellbox account. That is a security feature so that these bots that try and get into your account by just changing your PIN, one after the other, that they can't do that. It has to wait. Most bots can't do that. Right. So you click once and you wait until you get the home screen, the next screen. If you get something to the effect of you cannot log in, your account is locked or something like that, clear the cache of your computer, your laptop, your phone, restart and try and get in again. That's how you will get rid of that lock that you've put in place. All right, click once, not twice. And then you're going to get to your next screen, which is now your home screen. It gives you all the details and some graphs and so forth, and there will be numbers and amounts and so forth and so forth. You will know you are in your account because there's a 27 and your mobile number there at the right top. You're going to see in your vouchers here at the bottom that you've got the voucher and maybe something else and so forth. It's like the last few transactions that it lists, but you don't do anything. This is just a summary screen. Okay, it's just like a home page, a summary. You can't do anything on this page besides the top, which we're not going to work on today. All right, you're going to click on my vouchers because you want to go to the vouchers. These two vouchers here, we only want one voucher. There's a 444 voucher there. If you can't see, let me make it bigger quickly. You can see there's a 444 voucher. That 44 voucher is nothing. We can't do anything with it. All right. So when you click on my vouchers, you're going to get onto the screen where it shows you your vouchers. The 168 voucher, if you've already got one, the 444, or maybe a 431 and a 401 and a 402, whatever you've got. It's going to show all your vouchers that you've earned so far. We want to put all these together. Now, how do we do that? We're going to go and we're going to click on that 3 buttons. There's like 3 dots next to that line that says 444, 402, whatever, right? Any of those ones that is not a 168, we're going to click on those 3 dots on the right-hand side. If you're on your mobile phone and it's like portrait, just swipe across until you get to the end. It will be there. If your mobile phone doesn't want to swipe, just go turn it, landscape, and you'll see it. Okay, If you're on a PC or laptop, easy stuff. You see the screen and it's full. You click on those three dots. The next thing is you're going to see some actions popping up. Okay. Once you click on those three dots, actions pop up. You're going to select from now on collapse vouchers. Okay. Instead, at the bottom, we usually had a reset voucher at the bottom. That's gone. Don't click on the settle voucher. Settle voucher is going to put everything into your wallet. And then you have to transfer it back into a 168 code. So don't do that. Just go to collapse vouchers. It's going to collapse these two into one. All right. So you're going to click on that. And now you're going to wait. And you're going to wait and wait and wait until it's done. You will get a little green box here at the bottom. If I can show you here, there's a green box that will appear that says success. Successfully collapsed your vouchers. Okay. But wait. Don't do anything. It's not finished yet. Because that box appears while you still see the two vouchers. You have to wait for the screen refresh to happen. It all happens in the background. So in this process, you don't touch nothing. The next screen you're going to see is your screen where you see only one 168 number. You see there? Those two vouchers became a 168 number. And this 168509110 and the last 5 digits will show your balance of all those vouchers together. And that's the number you take with you to the shop. You would also at this point in time get an SMS that says to you, this is your new 168 number. Let me get this smaller. This is your new 168 number, and with the balance that is attached to that 168 code. Happy shopping, right? That's it. That's how easy it is to put all those together. We're collapsing them into one. Actually makes sense, right? And now you can go and turn that 168 voucher into passive income. So when a 168 voucher turns, we earn. All right. Happy spending. And that's that on this topic. All right. Happiness. Any question on this one? Make screen bigger. Yeah, you'll see it on the replay. If you go to YouTube, when I post it, you're going to see it better. All right. Unfortunately, if you're watching on your phone, it's going to be very small. But this PDF document is in circulation. Ask your upline to get this to you. All right. I have published it so you can find it. All right, so that is how far the training goes from my side. Okay, everybody happy? It's quite simple. Just collapse your vouchers, sit back and relax, wait for the screens to refresh. All right, cool. Now it's your turn to put up your hand and ask questions. All right. So, who's first? Jenny, go for it. Also, there is a button at the bottom. You'll see it says raise hand, or it might say reactions. And if you click on that, it says raise hands. And you can put up your hand like Estelle. And then on my screen, I get them in order and I'll go in order. But Jenny had her hand up like this. And therefore, I'm going to ask Jenny to unmute herself and she can ask a question. Jenny?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Rian, I'm sorry. I've been so overwhelmed since I started 3 weeks ago. I'm so busy helping. You logged into the Cellbucks. I logged into mine, and I don't know what the hell I did because I was listening to you and I was watching, and there are SMSs coming through the whole time, WhatsApps, and I actually now am on a 404, so I can't get into my Cellbucks. Do I report that to Nella? I can't remember what you said.
Okay, thank you. The good question. Many people get that 404. First thing that you can do, go to another device and try your login details. Go to your laptop, to your PC, your phone, and try it on a different device. And if it logs in, you know it's that local device that's giving you the 404. That's where the error is. And usually 99%, that is where the error is. Clear the cache and restart, and it will be fixed. Yeah. If it still keeps on going, you can actually send a screenshot to the support email address. If you go to cellbox.com, there's at the contact us, there is a support email address. Put your screenshot in and your username, which is your phone number, and ask them to check for you. That's the shortcut. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Jenny. Right. First hand on my side is Estelle. Go ahead.
Hi, Rian. How are you?
Right. You can carry on.
Thank you. Okay. Quick question, and it didn't come from me. It's actually come from one of the people that has joined me. First question. Every time that you transact using the 168 voucher, is the charge 10 Rand?
No, it's still, so every time you transact with the 168, it's free. The only time you pay with the 10 Rand is when you cash out. So when you want to withdraw into your bank or
Okay.
withdraw at Pick and Pay at the cashier or something, then you pay 10 Rand. Just using the
Fantastic.
168, transfer the 168 between other
Free.
wallets, there's no charge.
Okay, awesome. And then her other question was this, which I think I answered correctly. When you load your Cellbucks wallet from another account, there isn't a charge for that, right? Your other bank will charge you that for that transaction fee.
That's correct. So Cellbucks does not charge you anything to put money into your Cellbucks. If your bank is charging you for an EFT, that's your bank's charge. Yeah, but if you transfer 1,000 Rand, Cellbucks will receive 1,000 Rand. You get 1,000 Rand. Correct.
Okay, fantastic. So so there's some people that have arrived at shops that people don't even know what they're talking about. So what do we, so yesterday when I went to Checkers, I went to the info counter first. Before I did the shopping, before I got to the teller, I went there and I said, do you guys accept the Y voucher? And they were like, yes, we accept it. So then when I got to the teller with my shopping, I said, I want to pay with the Y voucher. And he said, oh, okay. Oh, voucher. And then he had to go and call somebody to come and help him. So yes, it's definitely about educating. But there was a lady who has joined with me who was at the Spur yesterday, and they didn't know what she was talking about at all.
Yeah, Estelle, unfortunately, it is a training issue. It is the actual outlet issue because they might not have installed software or activated the software. For instance, Spur is on board. I've got people that's reported back to me. They went to Spur. They say what they want to pay the Y code, and all went well. The Spur that is in question, you need to, or the person needs to say, I want to speak to the supervisor. I want to speak to the manager. I want to speak to the owner. And eventually you tell them, get hold of whoever and activate that function on your POS, the point of sale. Cash.
So I see one of my ladies. Okay, I see one of my ladies, Kim, a lovely friend of mine, Kim. She was actually at Clicks yesterday, and she also messaged me. She was at Clicks yesterday, and no one knew what she was talking about, not even the manager. So, yeah, it's really so. In other words, there are some outlets that won't have it.
Not they won't have it. They have just activated it, or they just don't know where to find it. Now, Clicks, for instance, if you say the words SMS voucher, it's like all heaven open up and they know what it is. Now, let me tell you something about Clicks. Every voucher that Clicks does, doesn't matter which campaign they run, is actually done by Cellbucks. Clicks has got a contract with Cellbucks. Every voucher of Clicks is done by Cellbucks. They know exactly what it is. So you might even say Cellbucks, and maybe a person they might recognize, but it is called SMS voucher on their system. That's it. And they will find it because Clicks, they are all activated. They know about SMS voucher.
Okay. Thank you. Those were my questions. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thomas, you are next.
Yeah, that's correct. Thanks, Rian. My question is, can you not register, but pay before you register? That's my first question. In other words, because I think the account is already on our training package, the account number. If that person followed the correct procedure with the correct cell phone number, with the 27 and the rest of the cell phone number, pay into the correct Cellbucks account number, can that person pay that and register at a later stage? That's my first question. I've got two questions for you.
Can I answer the first one first?
Yeah.
So good question, Thomas. So no, they can't, because your Cellbucks account will only be created once you do that registration and you do the sign up page, you go to the next page, which is the banking details page. You make a screenshot of that page to pay later, the 200 Rand, and there's a button that says continue. You have to click on that button, continue, and that actually creates your account for the first time with Cellbucks. So if you're going to transfer money into this, let's say you got the correct reference number, Cellbucks has got no idea who you are because it's never been created. You go into an unclaimed funds or something because you have to have an account with Cellbucks in order to transfer money into that account. So first you have to register. Click on the continue button on the second page of your registration process. That creates your portal within Cellbucks. Now you can put money in.
Okay, super. Thanks. And the second question is, for instance, my younger brother, he hasn't got these fancy cell phones or the laptop either. So if I pay from my account, my bank account, to pay for his registration, will that money not be lost in the process? Will it? In fact, I'm going to register for him and I'm going to pay for him. But because that money come from my account, will it go to the correct account?
No, there's not a problem, Thomas, because the first thing you're going to pay, obviously, I assume, is the 200 Rand for Bitcoin Wise. So you've got the banking details for Bitcoin Wise, and in the reference field, you're going to put your brother's mobile number, 27, drop to 0, and the rest of his mobile number. If you want to fund his Cellbucks account, again, you can fund it on his behalf, as long as that 20-digit reference that's in our training material, as long as that 20-digit reference number is his reference number. So it's the 11 digits that's standard for everybody and the 9 digits of your mobile phone without the 0. If you transfer money into that number, into that reference, it will get to his account. So you can even transfer to my Cellbucks account if I give you the reference number. Anybody can transfer to your Cellbucks account. No problem.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Rian.
Welcome. Silas.
Hi, Rian. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you. Don't ask.
I'm fine. I'm happy to be part of the platform. Yes. A friend of mine asked me a question yesterday. You were talking about there's an amount that you pay every month at the end of the month, So he wanted to find out, is that going to be a continuous thing? Like, let's say if you reach your 11,000 people, is that amount going to be an amount that is going to occur every month to your Cell Bank account?
Thank you, Silas. No, I think you're confusing this business, Bitcoin Wise, with a different program. There are other programs out there where you do pay every month, like a subscription, a membership, or whatever fee. Bitcoin Wise, you pay 200 Rand and never again. That's it. 200 Rand for registration.
No. I understand the 200, the 200 Rand that you pay once off. Let's say you still remember the steps, step 1, step 2, 3, until you get to 250,000 or something like that.
Okay.
He wants to find out, is that 250,000 going to be your salary or what's going to happen? Yes.
Okay. Thank you. No, that makes the question clearer. So your referral income only gets paid so if your brother brings in a friend, that friend is going to pay the 200 Rand. Once that money is reflecting in Bitcoin Wise account by Wednesday, cuts off 5 o'clock, friend will get his 10 Rand, 50 Rand, 5 Rand, whatever amount, wherever it is in his matrix, he will get that paid. If he gets nobody in and nobody has spoken to anybody in his business, he will get paid nothing. That referral is only for new people coming into your business every week. You're not getting paid 250,000 a month or a week. You only get paid for new people into your business once off. And that's paid every Friday, whoever joined and paid by the Wednesday. But you only pay once. So you can only earn once per person that enters your business.
Oh, okay. No, I hear you. No, thank you very much. It's answered. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ghassan.
Hello, yes, Ghassan, just as you say, net so plat.
How's it?
Well, thank you yourself. How's everybody doing? Everybody well?
We're passing that part. Get to your question.
Rian, ek het 10,000 vraagjes wat ek wil vra, maar gaan dit een vra. Sê gou vir my, wat is different van Coinwise en kyk ons koop nou al vir tyd by winkels en ons gebruik ons 'n cash card, ons gebruik ons 'n kaart vir ons rewards en wat ook al. Nou hoe is Coinwise verskillend in die sens van laat 'n mens geld terugkry of hoe verduidelik ek hom?
Okay, goeie vraag. Ghassan, so I'm going to answer in English if you don't mind.
Oh, yes, no problem.
So your loyalty cards, you still use those cards. The only process we're changing is the actual payment of what you've just purchased. So in the past, you could have given them cash. You could have given them some plastic. You could have given them your mobile phone tapping or a watch tap or whatever. Now we're giving them a Y code. So we're only changing that part. You still swap all your cards, all your loyalty cards. You get your discount points. You get your clicks points. You get your Pick and Pay points. You get all those points, all those loyalty stuff you get. With your 168 code, what happens is when you pay the 168, there's a transaction fee that happens between Bitcoin-wise and the merchant. Because if you purchase for 100 Rand, the merchant will maybe, let's say, get 95 Rand. That 5 Rand is transaction fee. That is with Bitcoin-wise for processing the payment for them and giving them the money for your purchase. That 5 Rand Bitcoin-wise gives us a little credit back. You personally will get 0.2% back from whatever you've spent. The people in the first 10 people in your matrix, you get 0.2% of their purchases from that transaction fee. So it's like a credit from the transaction fee. Your second line, whoever is in your second line, you get 0.1%, whatever they purchase. Your third line, 0.2%, and your fourth line, 0.5%. So you're getting back the transaction fee. A portion of that transaction fee is credited back into your Bitcoin-wise account once a month on the 7th for the previous month's purchases.
Yeah, ek moet nou net die ding, I must just see it in action so I can understand it more, because it is a bit of a hoop for me, but I'm trying, I'm getting there. Thank you so much, Rian.
You're welcome. So the short is you're just paying differently and you're earning from the transaction fee that occurs between the merchant and the payment house. So if you're going to use cash for instance, that cash, sure, Checkers is getting, let's say, 100 Rand, but that 100 Rand needs to get to his bank account.
Yes.
There is a charge that gets, when you go and deposit money, the bank says it's 10 Rand plus another 1% per thousand and those type of things. Those are the transaction charges. The same with Bitcoin-wise. There's with Sellbucks, there's a transaction fee that takes place for Sellbucks to settle the 100 Rand purchase with Checkers. So they pay them the 100 minus the transaction fee. So they get, if the transaction fee is 5%, they get 95, and Bitcoin-wise gives 5%. So it doesn't cost you anything. You just need to pay with the 168, and then you get credited. You get credits accumulated from that transaction fee. Okay.
So Rian, just another thing that I'm thinking of is, before I can start using or using my Bitcoin code, I first have to, or whatever, what's they call Bitcoin coin-wise code, I have to upload some money into my, is it right? Some credits.
So for you to start feeling the process, it's important for you to have money in your Sellbucks account. Now, if you've referred people in this week and on Wednesday they've paid, you will get some referral fee into your Sellbucks account, whether 60 Rand or 120 Rand, 500 Rand, 600, 1,000, 3,000, you will get some money in. It's not going to be enough for you to pay your monthly groceries and your petrol and your discount and your clicks and your Wimpy and steer. So just put extra money in your Sellbucks. So you start using your wallet instead of all these other forms of payment. So me, for instance, I make sure there's always a certain balance in my Sellbucks account. I can go to shops right now and spend, because I make provision for, if I want to go out right now to show people how it works, or maybe we just need something for the grocery cabinet, I can just go out. So do fund your wallet and start using it so you get used to what you're actually doing. And then on the 7th of the month, you're going to see what you've earned in those credits that come back. And in the meantime, you just keep on telling people.
Oh yes, I want to add, just please get Spar onto this, because I have Spar close to me, and most of the time I'm there.
Hello Checkers, hello Pick and Pay. Spar will eventually get on board, believe me, because they will see that people are not going there. I also go to Spar, but not anymore. ShopRite's next to them. I go to ShopRite. Just change your habits. Changing your habit will make you money. Spar will come on board eventually. Woolworths will come on board. Other petrol stations will come on board. But they might wait for us to show them that we've got 1,000, 10,000 members or 100,000 members, or maybe we're turning 1 million Rand with our 168 vouchers. So start spending at the merchants that's on your list. Change your habits. This is a business of changing a habit or two to start making money and getting more and more merchants on board.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No more Spar.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome. Skulk, go ahead. You need to unmute. Skulk, we can't hear you. You need to unmute.
Sorry.
As ons kan jou hoor.
Goeiemôre Rian.
Goeiemôre.
Goeiemôre almal. Ek het net 'n vraagie. Ek het nou donderdag opgeklim wat die dag is. En ek het nou al 'n hele paar mense onder my en ek het ook mense onder hulle al ingesit. Maar dit wys nog nie op die stelsel dat dit reg is nie. Wat sal die probleem wees?
Thank you. My vraag is, can I speak in English, just so everybody understands?
Yeah, please.
Okay. What do you mean if you say it doesn't show correctly? If people are signed up and they go through the process, it will show their name under your name. So what part is not showing?
The people that's under them that has joined is not showing, and they all are red so far. They're supposed to be green.
Yeah. Don't worry about the red. That is only updated once a week on a Friday. So don't worry about that. Just as long as a person is showing, it's good. If they're not showing, they didn't register. Or they registered with some other link or some other mobile number or whatever process, they've done something wrong and they're somewhere else in the matrix. If they cannot log in with their mobile number and the password they've created, they haven't got an account. If they can log in and you can't see them, they've registered somewhere else.
All right.
Yeah.
So just have to check up on them.
Yeah. So what you can do is, for instance, you can
Yeah.
ask them for proof of payment, right? And you can send that to Nella and ask her, if you can't see it on your matrix, ask her, where's this person in the matrix? Obviously, the reference must show their mobile number and she can go and check. And she might say, well, they're in the matrix. They're under you or they're somewhere else.
All right. I'll find out. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Chantal, go ahead. Chantal? No? Nsiki? Chantal? Hello? There, Chantal's unmuted. Go ahead. Chantal? Okay, seems like Chantal's not going to speak. I'm just going to go through a few of the questions on the side in the box. Carlos saying, thank you, but I am talking about the various vouchers, gift cards, when it comes to municipal accounts, etc. Voucher warehouse. Okay, so voucher warehouse, we're going to do training separately. I've now experienced the process.
Thank you. Rian?
Is it Chantal wat praat? Wie praat nou?
Dis Nicolas.
Okay, ek sien nie vir Nico nie, maar okay, gaan voort Nico.
Ek weet nie sien nie.
Hallo user.
Dis ek user. Ek belowe ek sê user nie. Weet jy Rian, ek het agtergekom op TikTok en op Facebook het ek al 2 mense so agtergekom wat Coinwise gebruik. Dan sê hulle ja nee, hulle betaal 'n once-off R1000 'n maand, maar die mense kan inskryf vir R180 'n maand as jy dit nie het nie. So ek wil net weet, wat is die prosedure wat sulke mense kan uithaal, want obviously hulle gebruik ons profiles om vir hulle geld uit te maak, wat dit is nou 'n scam. Maar wat ek gedoen het, is ek het haar video gedownload en weer gerepost, en toe edit ek hom net en skryf ek dan net op scam. Dis die regte way om te doen, want hulle gebruik nou Coinwise se naam en ons advertensies wat ons opsit, dan edit hulle en dan maak sy haar eie video en dan die oomblik as 'n paar mense op het, dan disappear sy. En dis 'n Afrikaanse meisie wat dit gedoen het. Ek dink sy is seker so 17, 18 jaar oud. Maar wat is die regte prosedure wat mense dit kan hanteer?
Nee, jy moet baie versigtig wees op TikTok en jy moet obviously altyd jou mense inform dat hierdie is my account, you know, etc. And contact you in DMs and whatever else. I'm just going to speak in English. What I would do in that case is I would actually report that video as a scam, right? And I will then report the user as a scam. And hopefully enough people will do that. And Nasiki, please don't unmute yourself. And by doing that, hopefully more people will see that video and report it as a scam, and TikTok will remove that person eventually. That's all you can do. There's nothing much more that you can do. Don't give them airtime or anything. Just report it as a scam. The actual video and the user.
Yes. Okay, nee, so verstaan ek alles. Dankie.
Okay, he's welcome. Chantal, do you want to try again? Want to unmute and see if you can ask?
Hello.
Hello, Chantal. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute button.
I thought so.
Okay, so I watched the last training, and a lot of it seemed like that it feels almost like you can't join BCoinWise unless you are a recruiter and strategically place people under you. That is very confusing, I feel, for a lot of people. They want to join, but they don't want to recruit, because the main thing of the business is if they spend, it should be fine.
Okay, so let me answer that. I always say, if you're going to try and recruit, you're not going to be successful, because people run away from recruitment. I will never, ever use that word recruit. We tell people it's a telling business. It's a skinnerback business. We go and brag with people. We make them curious what we do. If you're going to try and recruit, believe me, you're going to struggle, because people run away. As soon as they hear that word recruit, I don't want to do this. I'm not recruiting nobody. But you're quite happy to tell people there's a special at Checkers. You can get 2 kilograms of cheese for 100 Rand. You will tell everybody, and everybody will go to Checkers and buy. Right? Now I'm just telling you, if you go to Checkers and you're going to buy that 2 kilogram cheese at 100 Rand, I'm actually going to get a referral fee. And if you tell your friends, you're also getting a referral fee. How cool is that? People are trying to recruit,
I love it.
and they are struggling because everybody runs away from recruitment. I can't recruit now. I don't want to recruit. That's never, ever used the word recruit. This is not a recruitment business. This is a telling business. This is just saying to people, we're going to change a habit. And by changing that habit, I make money. That person's certainly going to ask you, what the hell are you changing? Well, I'm paying differently.
Yeah,
And they still want to know what more. Nasiki, we're going to remove you if you keep on muting yourself. That person's certainly going to ask you, what do you mean you pay different? Well, I pay digital. What do you mean you pay digital? Well, come to the Zoom. You know, if you're not comfortable, explain to them exactly what it is. Come to the Zoom. I'll show you. 30 minutes. I've not recruited one person. I've never used the word recruit, and I never will. It's the word recruit that will chase your people away. Even your freaking friends and family who wants to make money. Even those who's prepared to pay different, as soon as they hear the word recruit, they'll run away. I just tell my friends, and if they don't want to change their habit, that's fine. I've got many other friends. I think we need to remove Ziki.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it, Chantal.
Yeah, no, look,
Please.
I understand that. I don't say recruit either. It's just when they say, you must just like refer 10 people. Then they
You see,
like,
recruiting. Refer means recruitment. Just go tell 10 people.
I know.
Just tell your friends you're changing a habit. Just tell them. Don't
Okay.
even say to them, you're going to try and convince your friends. You just say, when you're at your friends, you just start a conversation. Guess what? I'm making money, and I just changed one habit. I make money when I shop, and I change one habit, and I'm making money. Just start like that. And then they're going to ask you, that's how you do it. You don't. And then you're going to say to them, obviously, when you spread the word, you get the referral fee. Just go do the same with your friends, you know.
Okay, so you would say that if you tell them that they join this for that because they want the benefit of the spending rewards.
Yeah.
But don't say anything about like recruiting or referring friends or anything like that. Just like, but if you refer people, you get an extra bonus. But it doesn't have to be like a rush to like fill up my first line.
Yeah, I don't use the word refer at all. If people start, if they're interested and they see what I'm doing, I tell them. And obviously, I can't make money just doing it by myself. So I'm telling all my friends about this. So I'm not saying you have to tell your friends. I'm saying what I'm doing. And I'm telling all my friends about this. And if they see it, they do it the same. And they also start changing their habit. And they tell their friends, right? So I never say that you have to get your friends. I'm saying to them what I'm doing. So I'm not invading their kind of space of they have to recruit and all of a sudden get outside their comfort zone. I'm just telling what I'm doing. I'm just telling my friends. And guess what? I even earn on what they spend. How? Well, I tell them. And then they say they want to join as well. They're also going to do it. And I'm connected to them. We've got an organized business structure where if I tell people, if I skinner, if I, spread the word, they get connected with me. And I earn on their spending. and I get a referral fee. And then we go further. And if they say, oh, that's cool. I said, and guess what? If they tell their friends, I even get a referral fee on that because I told my friend and he's telling his friends and I get a referral fee. I make it fun. And I make it sound so easy because it is freaking easy. But people are using that word refer. And you have to recruit. Recruit. I tell you now, you tell recruit, 90% of your people will run away. I run
Yeah.
away from the word recruit.
Me too.
Yeah. Nobody wants to
No,
recruit.
it's fine. Okay, so
Yeah.
the other thing is I got a little bit freaked out this week because I've got 2 people on my referral first line. I have
Yeah.
no idea who they are, where they come from, and my upline doesn't know where it comes from either. So I assume it's just like spill over. But I mean, I got
The
10
on-
people in 1 week. So that
the
spill
only,
over, it's
the
like,
only way you get spill over into your first line is if your upline's got a spill over. The other reason is somebody has used your mobile number. I had that. Somebody used my mobile number instead of the link I gave them. And they got into a spot where I didn't want them. And they became a spillover into my second line. You can, like I said before, you take a screenshot of that person and ask Nella, how did this person end up in my first line or wherever? And she will probably be able to go back to the IT department and they'll see the person registered with a link, which might be yours, and they got it somewhere, or they registered with your mobile number, and boom, they're in your matrix.
yeah, I did send her a message. She said it's spill over.
Spill over from where? Because you need to know where it came from, because it can only come
She
from your
didn't.
upline.
She didn't say. She just
And the
said it's
only-
spill over, and that was
And the
it.
only way it can be a spillover from your upline is if they've got their matrix full, the 11,000. Otherwise, it will go and look for a space in their matrix first before it gets to your matrix. Or
Yeah.
at least their line 1 has to be full if you're on their level 1. If you're on their level 1,
So
then their 10 is full and you are a spot in their next line. And that could be, if your upline is still handing out their links, how spillover works, it will go to that person that's handing out the link and they'll look at line 1. There's no more positions. It goes to line 2 in the order that people sign up under that person and goes to the first person. Is there spot 1 available? No. Right, go to person 2 that signed up. Is there a spot available? No. Go to person 3. There's a spot 1 available. So it goes into the second line and look for an available spot 1. Once spot 1s are all filled up, it goes back to that line and looks for spot number 2. Who's got a spot number 2? So your upline might be handing out their links still right, left, and center because they want the 50 Rand. Instead of handing out their downlines now, their first levels links to help them build. And that's how it's happening. That's the only way it can happen.
okay, so say you've got your first line, you have 10 people in there, and then one of those 10 fill up they get their 10 very quickly, and their 10, some of them get them very quickly, but the rest of the 10 on the first line, so the other 9 don't get that so quickly. It will still just carry on building under that 1.
No. So if let's say that's not your matrix, so you got your 10 filled up, right? And you still give your link out. Your first one, like you said, they've built their 10 and they've built down on everything. They don't have a position open, position 1. It will go to your second person that you signed up.
Yeah,
and
no, I
if there's a
understand
position
that.
1,
That's not
it will
what
put
I
it
was
there.
asking.
That's what I understand.
Okay, so no. So say I got 10 people on my first line.
Yeah.
Person number 1 goes and finds 10 people himself first, without my help or anything else like that. But person number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 doesn't. They go slower. So now person number 1's downline also got their 10 that got now full as well. And one of those people, or 2 of those people, go and they fill up their first line very quickly. Then it will almost stack from line 1, 2, 3, and 4 under just that one person that manages to fill up those lines very quickly. Like I say, they don't help others.
But that's how the matrix works. If you get 10 people that goes under that person. So you are person number 0, level 0, you get 10 people, goes under you. If that person under you gets his 10 people, goes under that person. That person gets 10 people, goes under that person. That's how the matrix should work. Everyone should get 10 people. So I'm not saying the
Okay.
issue
But
is,
what's the likelihood that you could have gotten spillover from that, like that?
you
I
can't,
mean, it's
because
quite
it's
far
working
down.
down. You can't get a spillover working back upwards. Spillovers work left to right, going down in the matrix. You can't get somebody at the bottom all of a sudden putting a spillover to your level number 2. It's working down. I cannot, if I put out my link 100 times now, the person that enrolled me can never ever get any of my spillovers. It's a top. It only works left to right, down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is, I can almost guarantee you, the person that you signed up with, they are handing out their link. They are still handing out their link, even though their 10 is full and it's starting to fill up their second row because they want that 50 Rand and they're not thinking where that person is going to land. That's the issue.
Okay.
People should forget about the 50 Rand and look at their matrix and build strategically. Help someone, then you get that person. Let's say you were under my first line and I see you're not building. I will ask you, Chantal, can I help you? Give me your link and I'm going to try and get you 2 or 3. How many people do you want me to get for you? You'll say, okay, 2. It's fine because the others I'm going to put my friends and family. I'll get your 2 using your link. You're getting the 50 Rand. But there are people who want that 50, so they give out their link and it goes land anywhere in the next line, wherever the first available spot is, from left to right, from position 1 to position 10. That person, your
Okay.
upline, I tell you, is still handing out her link or his link. After
Okay,
that,
so the recommendation is if you've got your 10, you mustn't hand out your link anymore.
no,
You must hand out the person below you's link.
I've only handed out my link 10 times. That's it. No more. My
Uh-huh.
link is is redundant now. Now I hand out other people's links that I'm trying to help, and with their permission, obviously. And they've told me, you can bring me maximum 5 because I will fill the other 5, or bring me 10. I just don't know how to do this. You know, that whatever. My link is kaput. Nobody gets my link anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's how it should be. Everyone should just get 10 people. You know, you shouldn't need your link to go out more than that. Your 11th person will spill into your second line. Ask your upline, is she still handing out her or his link? The answer will be yes. That's what's happening.
Okay.
And especially if that person published it, let's say on TikTok or Facebook, you don't know who that person is now because you're getting random people entering your matrix because of somebody on top of you handing out, publishing their link. That's the worst thing you can do. Nobody comes into my matrix without me having their mobile number, email address, and I've spoken to them. I
Yeah.
want to know who you are.
But
Because if I'm going to put
how
them
does it
underneath you, I need to give that detail over to you so that you can speak to that person.
Yeah, but how does it matter that if you do bring in people and they end up just being overspill, but they spend, they're big spenders?
Big spenders are fine, but you only, let's say they spill into your second line, you get 0.1%. So if they spend 10,000 bucks, you get 10 Rand, but they don't build. And now your line 3 and 4 is dead. There's another 111 people that should come out of that person for level 3 and 4. You want everybody in your matrix to build so that you can get the 0.2 and 0.1, whatever, on the mass, not from one person. That's why you cannot make money just from one person. Well, not enough. Even on your 4th level, that person, if it spends 10,000 Rand, it's 50 bucks. But that person is your level 3's first person. They need to build down for your 3rd level to also have their 1, 2, and 3 and 4th level. So you need to know who the person is. But obviously they need to spend. That's why as soon as people get into my business, I tell them, go find your wallet, start using it. Because we want to see on the 7th that passive income. Because I do the simulation to show people how quickly you can actually start earning 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 with little people. But everyone needs to go and tell. Don't just spend. You have to go and tell, or help them to go and tell.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Got it.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chantal. Alan.
Hi, Rian. My question is this: all the different shops, is it possible that somebody could just put maybe in the group what code you use for different shops? Like you say, Checkers is a Y code, and Pick and Pay is like a SMS or a smart shop. Just that people know which codes to use at the different vendors.
Yeah.
Is that
Thank
possible?
you. Yeah, thanks, Alan. So in my group, my frontlines and people that's directly with me, they have it in my Google Drive. And I do put it in my group, and then people that's in my group will put it into their group. So I started making a list, and we actually, that nice merchant list that we've got with the pictures, we're gonna eventually put underneath each one what we have to say at that merchant. But I do have like just a Word document, which is now PDF. As I experience, or people come back to me and say this is what they have to say, I add to that list, and that is published. I will put it again into my list today. So those of you that's in my group, just populate to your groups, and they will populate to their group, so everybody can have that. I've got the updated one. It's not growing much because it seems like many people are just going to the same shops. So it's got 5 or 6 shops, but that's okay. That's where we go most of the time. So I don't have anybody that's, let's say, been to Rockamama's. I don't know what they say. So if you've been to Rockamama's, for instance, and it's been successful, tell your upline. So they can tell their upline and upline until it gets to me as well, so I can put it in my document. So I only put it in if I know exactly what those people wanted. But yeah, it's available.
Okay.
Thanks, Alan.
Okay, cool. That'll be good. That'll be nice.
I'll
Thanks.
publish that today again in my group. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Nolene, please go ahead. Nolene? It's asked to unmute. Maybe that will prompt something on her side. Okay, while Nolene is trying to unmute, I'm just going to, Carla asked earlier on about voucher warehouse. We're going to do a separate training on that. It is super easy. I've experienced it. A few of my upliners or downliners, they've now experienced it. So we will do a separate thing on how to use the voucher warehouse so you can pay your electricity. It's super easy via Pick and Pay, all right, and using voucher warehouse. How can we introduce new merchants to this? NWK, Carla, so again, you can somehow get that information to me. We're compiling a list and we give it over to Dave and Franz and Cellbucks so that they can start talking to these people. Can't wait for builders. Yeah, they are part of the mass mount group, so they will eventually join. Insist of, yeah, like Tasha says, insist of proof of payment, screenshot, and keep your records. I do the same. If somebody joins, before I give them my Google Drive with the documents, before I add them into my group, I want that proof of payment. Right? Unless they tell me, okay, I'm going to pay on Tuesday, I will add them. If they don't pay on Tuesday, I take them out again. Right? So make sure that your people pay. I can see I can see my first 4 lines, and if I go in there, I see a lot of red. And I see red that's recruited red. Right? I know it's only getting updated next week Friday, so probably by now many of them have paid. But do not get into a habit of people saying, oh, I'll pay at the end of the month. If you don't pay, if your person doesn't pay within 72 hours, they're most likely not going to pay, and they're not going to build your business. So they kind of need to pay immediately, unless there's a really good reason. Don't let people start this business on credit. Because if they haven't paid, guess what? Even though they've recruited, you don't get any money. Your money stops, your referral money stops before that person that is not paying. You don't get paid for that person that's not paid, or anybody that they've got into the business. Now I use the word recruited. You don't get anything for anybody that joins, anyone with that's unpaid. All right. So make sure that people pay and get their proof of payment. And then you can also check if they use the correct reference number. All right. So it's a double check. You as an upline, it's your business. So you need to make sure that the people that join your team, that they are joining correctly, and the payment will reflect. All right. Oh, Nolene, you're unmuted. Please go ahead.
Yes, Rian. I just want to clear something up. I'm Chantal's upline, and I only have 4 people in my first level. I only give my link out to people that I speak to personally. I'm not advertising on social media at all. So she is the 4th person in my first level that has signed up under me. And yeah, she's got 2 people, and someone in the first person who signed up underneath me so in my 3rd level, she's also got a spillover. So I don't know how the spillovers work, but I just want to make it clear that I have not been giving out my link to anyone. But anyway, my problem with this is that these people that are in Chantal's first line that are spillovers, they have not paid. And the person who's received a spillover in my third level, that person has also not paid. And I sent a message to Nella to ask her if it was at all possible to contact these people so that we can encourage them and get them into training. And of course, she's not allowed to give us details because of the Poppy Act. So
Yeah.
what do we do? How? Because I don't understand how these spillovers work. As I say, my first level is not even full yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other people that have signed up under me before Chantal, their levels are not full. So I
Okay.
don't understand at
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Understand. So that takes out that equation of that Chantal's upline, who is you, is using the code, which you're not. So the person who then got into their matrix, they must be using their link, Chantal's link, if they've got it, or on your mobile number on social media. So you maybe on Facebook or TikTok, and you're saying, oh, join and blah, blah, blah. They go and they somehow get this Bitcoin Wise website. They see, oh, mobile number. They go to your TikTok profile. Oh, there's your mobile number. They put your mobile number in. So if you go to my
Okay.
TikTok, you will not find my mobile number on TikTok. Why? Because with this business now, if they use that number, they will drop into my matrix somewhere where I might not want them, and I don't know them. So maybe
Yeah.
mobile numbers are on the public domain, and people find that number and they want to join, and they put that mobile number in, they've joined. It's not a spillover. They've done it the right way by using your mobile number, but you don't know who they are. And they don't know even who you are, except that they got your mobile number. But if they don't build, how do you get hold of them? Now, the good thing is, if they don't pay, the system at the moment is set that after 2 months, they will disappear from your matrix, right?
Yeah.
We are trying to encourage them to do it much quicker. As far as I'm concerned, if they haven't paid in 72 hours, take them out. They can come back in when
Yes,
they're ready to pay. But at this stage, it's
I
set for 2
agree.
months. So if you can't get hold of them, they will disappear eventually. But for the moment, that is just like let's say, a dead leg for now, which is okay. You need
Okay.
another 10,000
Okay.
people anyway. Work on the other people. Don't,
Yeah.
just leave it. But take your mobile number off your WhatsApp, off your Facebook. Take it off TikTok, because people can see your
Yeah.
mobile number and they will put it in, because the system asks one of the two. So, okay, I don't have your link. I want to join the business. I'll put your mobile number. Take it
Yeah.
away. Don't let people
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you,
Good.
Rian.
But thanks, Naveen.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
sharing that, because that does show that people are getting in another way. They can only get in on 2 ways or 3 ways into your matrix. Spillover, which can only happen if your upline is full. Now you've got space left, so they can't get with the spillovers. Impossible. Second is they use your link. Third is they use your mobile number. That's the only way they get into your matrix. Okay.
Yes, I
Cool. Well,
understand.
thanks,
Okay.
Naveen.
Thank
Thanks
you
for that
so much.
feedback.
Thanks,
You're
Rian.
welcome.
Okay.
All right.
No, thank
Davy, let's go.
Yes, Rian, I just want to come back to the questions that Chantel asked. In the first place, you said that when you have your 10 people full in your line, then your link is dormant. So, okay. What if I use it and I still go for number 11, number 12? Won't it go to my second line, helping the people there, even though I use my link?
Yes, David, thank you. So I'm using my channel. So for me, my link is now dormant. I don't use it anymore because I don't want spillovers to go wherever the system says it's going to go. If I want to help somebody in my second line, I use their link and I put them directly where I want them, or where that person wants them. If I'm going to just use my link, so your link's not dormant. I just refer to that, mine is done. I don't give it out anymore because I filled my 10 spots. Now I help somebody else to fill their 10 spots or 2 spots or whatever they need help with. And I give their link out, because if you keep on giving it the 11th, 12th, 13th time, it will go into a sequence into your second line and put them somewhere. And maybe it goes into a person that did not want any of your spillovers. They will get their own 10 people. They don't want to work with somebody that you know, but they don't know. All right. So that's why I will not use my link again, because I don't want just a person that I know go into anyone randomly in my second row. Not random, but as per the matrix. I don't know who is the next spot in my matrix for a spillover. So I eliminate that by using the person that I want to help. I use their link. So I've got a spreadsheet with all the links in my second in my first line, that needs assistance. And I give out those links, you know, when I think that person will fit with that one in my first line. So I don't just
Okay.
put them out anyway. I look at it. So let's say it's Davy. I've spoken to you and I'm like, okay, let me put you under Peter because you and Peter, I'm sure can gel. I'm not going to put you under someone that I think you're going to clash. So I put people selectively when I place them under other people. If you do spillovers, then the system will put them in the next available spot from left to right.
Okay, that's the main thing that I want to know, because
Yeah.
if it's spill over to it's go to anyone, it's not to say it's coming into your team that's
Correct.
building down. Okay, the
Well,
second thing is
it's going to your team, but just maybe not where you wanted them in your team.
yes. Okay, but it won't be like in some other people's teams, like my up
It will go into
line.
your second line. It goes into
So I
your
still
second
can
line.
use it if I just want to have it in my team somewhere.
Yeah, it will be somewhere in your second line.
All
Until
right,
your
no
second
problem.
line is full, until you've got 100 people in your second line, it will go to your second line.
Okay. Yeah, because why I'm asking this, say for instance, my first 2 and 3 lines is full and I'm going for that 5,000 people. I don't know the people anymore. I don't have record of them anymore. I can still go on, but the people that's coming on under my link will go into my team. That's what I'm saying. I'm still building to my 10,000 people.
Yeah, but remember, you're going to put that person somewhere in your fourth level, and somebody in your third level might not want that person there. So you can always go down to your fourth level and see, okay, that's from Peter. I don't know Peter. Peter's John. Okay, I know John. John, who's Peter? Peter hasn't got people. Can we help? What's Peter's referral number? You can always somewhere you're going to know someone that knows the person below. Just draw back down up. I will never ever just use my referral link again just to fill up, because I am penalizing someone else down the line who does not want that person maybe. Don't do it. You've got your team. Help the other people.
Okay, that's clear. The other thing is that I want to show what Chantel's saying. You know, she referred to the first line, second line, third line. The fourth line is still full with the first one in the line. So when it comes to the fourth line, then that one, the guy in the want to build his 10 in the fourth line. It just spill over to the line number 5 for her. And that's, I think, she don't understand because she won't benefit of it. But that a guy in the fourth line that starts building his 10 is a fifth line for her, and he will just go on his because he's the first line for himself.
I don't agree with that view. You do benefit from your fifth line indirectly, because if you don't have a fifth line, your fourth line is unhappy because they're not building and they're going to stop the business. So you always have to think further. You help your fourth line as well. If you see your fourth line, if they tell you, geez, because they know who you are at the top, maybe, and they say, I'm struggling, give them some people, even if it's in your fifth line. Yes, I'm not going to benefit financially from them, but I do indirectly, because if they start building, there's another fifth line, sixth line that's healthy and they're spending. My fourth line will be spending. So indirectly, I do benefit from my fifth line and my sixth line. I spoke the other day with somebody that's on my 10th line. I'm happy to help them because it keeps the matrix healthy. You need to think deep, because the more strong your matrix is built with the foundation, the better your spending is in your matrix.
But I think that was
on every level is a level 0 for themselves. They are level 0. Your fourth line, all 10,000 is level 0. They need to build their matrix.
Okay, but I think that was the thing that Chantel asking for her, because the guy that's in line number 4 can't help the guy in number 3, or so can't help that people anymore. All the people that he's getting is going to line number 5.
You always go from your line down. You can't help people on top of you.
Yeah, that's
unless
what I'm
you're
thinking.
very generous, but that's completely out of your business. So I can give someone to, I don't know, somebody on top of me, but that does not benefit me.
Yeah.
Not at all. I'd rather give someone to level 12 than give somebody on top of me. So anyway, all right, let's get away from this spillover stuff. Let's get some other questions here. Estelle, thank you, Davy. Well done. Thanks.
Ariane, just a quick question, which I did address with Nella. I just want to know that I'm on the right path. So on the day after that I registered, I put my husband, or on the same day, I put my husband as the first person on my front line, and I paid and paid for it, right? So his front line is already full because obviously it's benefiting our household. So I filled up his front line. He's not working the business at all, although he did like shopping with the voucher yesterday. He is still marked as red. So I sent the proof of payment through to Nella and the date that I paid for him. And so now my question is, I know it'll be sorted out and he'll become green eventually because she'll see that it's a paid member, etc. My question is, all those 10 people that are under him now who have paid their 200 Rand, is he still going to get that referral commission in his Cellbucks account?
No. So if you are showing unpaid, you might be showing unpaid, but you are paid, right? So the colors at this stage is not real-time updates. So don't worry too much about
it. But his Cellbucks account is empty.
Yeah, because
and it should have been
so
full.
maybe
It should have had
commission. How long ago did he join?
I think it was on the 19th of April. It was when I joined.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So have you sent his POP to Nella,
yes,
indicating his reference number?
Yes, but only when I saw when the colors came into being.
Yeah.
Then did I see, oh my word, why is he red? Because we couldn't really see otherwise.
Yeah, so you've sent it to her. Let's see what happens this Friday. But he will get paid eventually. So I got another person, one of my team also, that was red, and he's received less than what we believe he should have received. So they're probably catching up or something. So yeah, it will come
I'll just
through.
follow it up.
Just keep track because it's still in the beginning, and this is a new feature that they're trying to roll out, and it's not real time. So let's see what happens on Friday.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, send to Nella again and say, Nella, this doesn't make sense. He's enrolled, let's say 10 people. You know they've paid because you got their POPs. He should have had 600 bucks now. He's not got that. What's going on? Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Estelle. Latasha. Yes, Latasha gaan praat.
Hi, Dar. Okay, so just a quick thing about the cell phone numbers on social media. I have several streams of income, and my cell phone number is my way to get my people into my business. I'm not going to take my cell phone number off. So my number is available on social media so that people can contact me for any income stream. So if people have to be very wise to actually go to the Beacon Wise and then register through on my cell phone number. They need to know a few things before they can do that. Not everybody knows that you could do that. So just to let you know and put it out there, I'm not taking my number off. I've got several streams of income, and my number is how I get my people in. So I have a list of people that I help in my downline. I get so many inquiries, but they all go to different people on different levels. I'm already building on my 4th level with a lot of people. So I'm using it to benefit my entire team. So my number will remain on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying take it off, but for instance, if this is the only income stream, maybe take it off. For me, for instance, I tell people just to drop 200 and then I get them into my email. And that's how I communicate with them. And then I'll get their mobile number. So I make sure that they're not going to just sign up. But like Latasha says, if they don't know the system, if they don't know they need to go to Bitcoin Wise, because they don't know, because I never say the word Bitcoin Wise or Cellbucks in any of my TikTok videos. They've got no idea what I'm talking about, unless they've now seen with other people, oh, the 200 is the same, and somebody said, oh, it's Bitcoin Wise, let me go and check it out. But not many people will do it, but some people can maybe. And they'll get there and they'll do their due diligence or whatever, and say, oh, Bitcoin Wise, let me sign up. I've got a number, and there you go. So that's what I said. The only 3 ways I can sign up is a spillover, which at this stage, we're not really getting spillovers, except our own line 1 that's spilling over to our line 2. However, no, you're up. So my upline, for instance, if they get a spillover in their line 4 somewhere, that might go into no, but it's just almost impossible because I know the person on top of me is not full. So they can't get spillovers into my line 1, which will then automatically go to my line 2. I don't know. spillover at this stage is only from yourself going into your second line, or your second line going into their first line. Otherwise, I don't know. I will take this up again with Dave and so on, so they can just maybe check with the IT department, how this spillover is working. But in my case, the only way I can get a spillover from the top is if the lady on top of me is full, and I know she's not full because we're only at number probably 3,000 now. Who's got the latest registration number? Last night I think I saw 28 something. So we're not even at 3,000, and to be full you need 11,000. So we should be, once we hit 11,000, we know spillovers will come from maybe other places. Okay. Estelle, you still want to ask something, or you're just not taking your hand down? Jenny. Jenny? While we wait for Jenny, Paul asked,
Sorry.
how do I... Are you there? Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. I just had a bit of a blonde moment there because I've still got people asking me for Zoom links today. Rian, it's not in my first line, it's somebody that I signed up that's signed up with somebody else underneath me. So that's my third line. I contacted her yesterday and said to her, I see you struggling, can I help you? Give me your Zoom link. And then she said to me, because you've now mentioned 3 ways that you could sign up on this business. But this girl actually said to her, I think that this is a scam. And she said, no, go and look on www.becw on the website, and you'll see that it's a legit business. And then this girl actually signed up through the website. Is that possible?
Yeah.
So now she's lost her.
There's a register button there on the website. So obviously you go to bcw.co. You can register there, but you need the link or the member number, or you need the mobile number.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure how that worked, because you said there's only 3 ways, and it sounds like this girl signed up, but I don't know whose number she may have used. Maybe that's also where spillover is coming from the actual website.
So if someone uses my number, for instance, to sign up, they're going to go into my second line as a spillover because my line 1 is full. There's only 2 ways you can sign up. That's with the link and with the mobile number. The third way of getting someone in your matrix is with the spillover.
Okay. So
they can't register as a spillover. They will register with one of those 2 ways.
Thanks. I just wanted to clear that up. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Wim.
Hi, Rian. Just more of a comment and a question, Rian, and it might help somebody else. I went to do my first shop yesterday at Dischem, and I asked at the counter if they accepted Y codes, and she said yes. When I got to the till point, I said I'll be using my Y code, and they said no, that's fine. But my profile opened up on the screen, and there was no balance in my Cellbucks account. So the supervisor said, I can't spend because my balance is nil. But anyway, he did it again, and I said, well, just continue. And then it went through. So obviously your balance is not going to show on a public profile. So if anybody has the same problem and it shows a 0 balance, just tell them to continue because it will go through. Just that comment, Rian. And also thanks, Rian. We appreciate your leadership.
You're welcome. Thank you. So for this game, definitely is a Y code. That's what you said. So I haven't tried myself.
Definitely a Y code. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They cannot see your balance. They cannot see your balance.
No.
So just, continue. Okay. Thank you, Vim, for that. I've never had someone saying you've got 0 in your Y code because I just punch it in and it happens. Okay. So all the hands are done. If you've got more questions, please put up the hands. I'm just going to, on the side here, quickly go and go through some of these comments. Paul said, how do I correct my reference number if it was put in wrong? Paul, I don't know which reference number. Is it your 200 Rand that you've paid? If that is so, send your proof of payment to the person that you registered with so they can verify you and give them your correct reference number. It should have been. They will send it to Nella. If it is your funding of your Cellbucks account and that 20-digit reference number, you've got that wrong, that you can send directly to me right? Someone in your upline will have my details, send it to me, and I will send that via Dave to Cellbox, and they will correct it. Give me the correct 20-digit number. Don't say in your message to me, oh, the second number from the back should have been a 5, because then I have to retype that number. Type the number as it should have been. I will send that to Dave, who sends it directly to Cellbox, and they will fix it for you. But you have to give us the screenshot of your proof of payment that indicates the wrong number. Attached to that, your correct 20-digit number that it should have been. Okay, and we can escalate that for you. Oh, Live Good. Okay. I have to, okay, I'm not, if I see there's comments, I'm not even going to read it. And they have watched the Zoom, but no one has been interested or comes back to me. What more can I do? Natalie, just speak to people. Experience the system yourself. So Natalie says she's spoken to so many people, they've watched the Zoom, they're not interested. You've got the wrong people. You need to, you've got people that you're trying to convince. Just get people that you can speak to and just tell them what you're doing. I'm paying differently and I'm making money. I changed one habit. That's it. They will ask you what? I changed the way I pay. How? I pay digital. What do you mean? Come to the Zoom. That's the person that's asking how, what, why, what you're doing. Get them to the Zoom. Not the one that you tried. No, just come and check it out. Come check it out. No, don't worry about those because you're forcing them. They're not going to do it. And they're not going to build. There are a few doing that, advertising Bitcoin wise for 500 Rand once off. Report those as a scam. Let's get those people out the system. If you see anybody falsely advertising Bitcoin wise on TikTok, report that video and that user as a scam. They will be shut down eventually. Can we get more CoinWise ads? Again, user, you're asking for CoinWise ads. If you're trying to create maybe Canva things for your status and stuff, we got a few people in here that they give lessons or classes how to use Canva. I need to do that as well. Ek is so vertraag met Canva. And I think there are a few people that do it. Please advertise again so we can attend a class because then you can make your own ads. I don't call them ads, your own, make awareness things, put them on. You don't want to do ads because that's recruiting again, right? But yeah, I know what you mean. They say, can you move people in your first line if they're not doing anything? Right? No, you can't. Those are the people that you probably try to convince, okay? Once they're in the matrix, they can't. That's just the one thing about this business. It's a legitimate business because it's based on some legalities and so forth. If a structure is there, you cannot change the structure. You cannot change a matrix for a multi-level business. For referral marketing, you cannot change the structure because what stops the people at the top then taking someone that performs and putting them at the top underneath them? You cannot do that. If that person is in, that person's in. That's why I say never try and convince a person because they will become dead wood. You've got a choice now. You leave that person and hopefully in the future, they will start the business, or you put 10 people or 5 people there so they get their first payment and say, oh, wow, I got $300. Maybe this does work. All right. Otherwise, they're dead. And you're going to have to build or just, you wasted the space. That's why I never convince people. You just need 10 people that sees this. You don't need 50 or 100 or 200 people. You need 10 that sees this, and they must be the people that can go and create curiosity. That's all. It's when we try and convince people, they will not build, guaranteed. Because now they think they have to recruit. Because we convinced them. Convincing people is recruiting. Getting their interest, making them curious is attraction marketing. I'm so glad for that program I did. Can you move someone in your mate? No. Question 2. Will we have an opportunity to learn more about? Yes, absolutely, Carla. Voucher warehouse is a freaking pot of gold that we got in our business. And I'm going to do a specific training only on voucher warehouse because you're going to be blown away what we can do with voucher warehouse. Still a tongue twister for me. With voucher warehouse, it opens up more or less 168 other merchants at Pick n Pay for you. Okay? It is massive. And I didn't want to talk too much about it because I have not experienced it. I've not done it, and I know one of my people in my front line has done it, and we are over the moon, right? It works, and if you can get people using voucher warehouse basically for electricity and Pick n Pay shopping, you've got that person spending 4,000 or 5,000 Rand already, not just the 1,000 or 2,000 we show. They will spend in voucher warehouse with Pick n Pay 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 Rand easily every month, except if you're in Kakamas. You can't pay electricity with a voucher in Kakamas, but otherwise you can. How can we introduce new merchants? Okay, so that send them through to me, to Dave, and they'll get it to Cellbucks. Have the net cash step change? I don't know, Nadia. I haven't funded money lately. I'll fund money again tomorrow just for 10 Rand because I've got enough money in my Cellbucks account just to see if it changed. I know Cellbucks net cash is going to fall away eventually, and we can't wait for that process to happen. They're not very happy, obviously, because they lost the contract with Cellbucks, but we're going to work directly from the bank into Cellbucks, and net cash is not doing the short sorting in the middle. All right, so they are falling away at some stage. Those seems to be answered. That seems to be answered. Can you register as a merchant if you don't have a registered business? If you're only an agent but want your clients to pay? Yeah, absolutely, Martin. So for that, you can actually just go straight to sellbox.com and send them at the support. Just send them an email and say, I want to be a merchant. So you don't want to become part of the business matrix as such, because as a merchant, you can't become pay in those places. But if it's just you can actually become part of our business matrix. For that, you contact me, and we are building a PTY Limited matrix. We call it PTY Limited because it's business, and eventually you will register as a PTY Limited, believe me, when you see the income that will happen in that matrix. So you can do that. Just get it to me. So I am busy with the list. It's all up here. So we're putting that all forward this week so that we can get people into the business matrix. What is matrix? So your matrix is your 10 by 4. That's a matrix. That's your business, right? It's just people know it as matrix. So the best way will be to rather share email on social media instead of your phone number, because how do we connect with them then, or do we ask for them for their phone number? I connect via email, and then I obviously also get their mobile number. So yeah. But for Latasha, for instance, she's building multiple income streams, and with her mobile number, she attracts the people with her mobile number, but she's not telling them what she's doing because she's got multiple businesses running. She doesn't say that go to BECW. She is purely getting them to come to her for information. So she knows which business it is, and then she tells them what to do. All right. Let me quickly get it. Just a thought about unknown members. If you have received the 50 Rand, then they somehow came into with your detail. Otherwise, if you receive 10 Rand, spiller. That's very true. John Mouton. If you get, but if you've got your first 10 full and you get another person on your first level, or you actually know, when you look at your statement in BCoinWise in the background, you'll see there's the 4 levels. You see what you earned on each level, and then with your own referral code. Now I've got my 10 full. If I get another 50 Rand or 100 Rand in that 5th line that says your referral link income, I know somebody's using my link. So that's very true. Then you know your link is still floating around there. Okay. And where the hell is it? Okay. Let's quickly get to Alan. Alan, go ahead.
Hi, Rian. I just want to find out, on Cellbucks, is there a maximum limit that you can pay with a code?
Thanks, Alan. I'm not sure if there's a maximum limit. I think a voucher limit is 3,000 Rand or 5,000. I'm not 100% sure. I can find out, and I will put that in my group, and then it will filter through. Let me put here Cellbucks limit, Cellbucks payment limit. Okay. Yeah, I'll find out for you.
All right, thank you.
Per transaction. Okay. Yeah, I will find out. Thank you very much, and I will post that in my group. Muriel asking for a full training session on Spillover. Muriel, I can't. I can only talk 10 minutes about it, and that's it. Well, 5 minutes, because it literally, once you've filled your first 10, the number 11 goes into your second line, and it looks for the first, in order of registration, it looks for the first available spot 1. Once all your spot 1s are filled up in your first level, it looks for the first available spot number 2, from left to right, whoever registered first to the last one. If all the spots 2 are filled, they look for spot 3. That's it. Less than a minute. That's how Spillover work. Most of my Facebook posts are Canva ads. Awesome. Oh, there you go, Latasha. See? Everything is just on Canva. I think we need Canva training here. And we can even pay with Cellbucks, I'm sure. It would probably be best to remove the mobile number and only give Ron, again, it's up to the person. Like for Latasha's working perfect. For me, I don't give my mobile number out. Other people do. So it's up to everyone how they want to do their business. Let's see if there's anything else that's unanswered. I wish there was a way that the system only gave you at most 48 hours. Yeah, Francois, I agree.
Can
72 hours.
get on the
Kim,
Starbucks
are you,
and ask if they can register through Starbucks. So it can be done.
Kim, you spoke when I was busy speaking, so we missed the beginning. Say again. Kim, did anybody pick up what Kim was saying? She's muted. All right. I don't know what Kim said. Whatever it was, she says it's possible through Starbucks. I'm not sure what it is. The system is keener towards change. Is keener. I don't know what that means. Comes down to that they are not your perfect customer. Yes, Herbert, absolutely. If you don't get your perfect customer in here, they're not going to build your business. Canva is
Skinner,
great.
Jan, Skinner. Ek praat van Skinner.
Ja, Hassan.
Skinner, dus they say Skinner. Ek sê Skinner daar in die comment.
Well, it's Skinner. Yes, ons moet net Skinner. That's it. Don't try and sell. Muriel saying I should start a school platform for your training just for paid members. This is only for paid members. All right, Muriel, I'm not going to start a school platform because at the end of the day, I'm only supposed to look after my first 3 rows who will then duplicate and look after their first 3 rows and first 3 rows. I'm just doing this for the entire group at this stage because somehow you are connected to me. And while we're still young and we still only a few people, this is fine. But what do I do with the school community? Because once I'm at my 11,000 people, that's it. They've done their job. Now level 3 and 4, someone needs to take over and grow the business. I'm not the only one that's going to do this all the time. Believe you me, already on Monday, tomorrow, we're starting with 1 Zoom a day. Because other people should start also saying, I'm also going to start presenting Zooms. The only thing you need to do is Dave, my upline, has to sit in 2 or 3 times with your Zoom so he knows you're saying everything that you can and not something that you're not supposed to say. There are stuff that we cannot say, like I can't even say it on a training because I'm going to publish this. There are things that you just cannot say, right? And so he's going to sit in on your Zoom, and if you say something wrong, he's going to stop you and say, hey, that's not what it is, all right? But we need more people that's going to start doing Zooms. You can also start doing your Zooms. Right, as long as Dave has sat in 2 or 3 of your Zooms, Dave still comes into my Zoom now and then. And afterwards you say, Rian, you can't say that. So you heard me last night starting to speak about credits. Your shopping that you do, you earn that transaction fee, you earn credits that goes into your Cellbucks accounts, because that's a term we need to use. You see? So I'm still learning as well. Very important. Okay, Estelle again. You may go ahead.
Last one from me. On that, on doing Zooms and that, would Dave or you be prepared to do an initial training quickly? If we wanted to do some of our own Zooms?
Well, when you attend mine, you're already doing your training, you're hearing what I'm saying. So you literally need to do a Zoom and Dave sits in. Maybe do it with your front line. For instance, do a practice Zoom with them and Dave sits in and he listens to how you do it.
Okay, but the reason why I asked is how would we know otherwise what not to say? It's all very good to know exactly what to say, but what if you say something wrong? People can be so funny about that.
You see, we don't know what you're going to say until we know you say it. So there's not a list of you cannot say this, cannot say that, right? But when you actually say it, then we can say, don't say that again, right? Because our Zooms are not published for a reason. They're not published because if you say something wrong, at least it's not out there in the public domain.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So that's why we don't publish this, because there are people waiting to say, we're shutting this down, because we are taking transaction fees away out of a system where they don't want transaction fees being taken out from. Okay, so we have to be very careful what we say, but we don't know what you're going to say until you say it. So what I'm saying at this stage is I can actually say that. Some terminology I just need to change, which I started last night practicing that terminology, and it will become fluent. So you do the same. Just when you're ready, say to Dave and myself even, and just get your front 10 or 15 people, the closest people, and say, I'm going to do a Zoom. I'm going to present to you guys. okay, and do it as a practice. And Dave and I will go and sit there and listen to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Let's see. How long will it take to change my Capitec account to account over IT? How long will it take to change my Capitec account to FNB account? I don't know. Go tomorrow morning to FNB and just, change it. You don't have to change anything. You just use a different account because you're just going to create a new beneficiary in your FNB account, for instance. Will they add Checker 6060? Hopefully. My son has a business. Will he be able to sign up using the business name? Yes. So Namala, so that you get in contact with me, I'm also going to make a note here of your name, but do get in contact with me so that we can put your son's business into the matrix. Okay, Namala, where you are? Jarraj. All right. Great info. I have to leave. You're welcome. I had a message yesterday asking why we paid 200 to join. She is using this method of payment and she didn't pay anything to use it. She's also not earning from it. If you didn't pay, you're not in the matrix. Okay. And she will not earn any referral fees and she will not earn any of the commission, any of the transaction credits that you get into your Cellbox wallet because she will not get it. All right. It has to be authorized by Bitcoin Wise, and they're only authorized if you're a paid member. So good luck for that member, for that lady or guy. You pay to get registered. You pay for your Cellbox wallet's creation. You pay for the support that you're going to get. Goodness me. Please don't get that person in your matrix because she's not going to build. I paid Takealot 3.7 with Cellbox. Oh my gosh, Vernon, look at that. 3,700. And we're doing our simulations on 1,000. I think what I'm going to do, we're almost at the end. I'm just going to, there's still 80 people. I want to really show you again that spreadsheet that I've made. The power of spending in the matrix. All right. Just so you can see why it's so important to start using the matrix. I just want to go through here and then I'm going to go to Alan. I just want to see if there's any other unanswered messages. Cindy wants to ask something. Cindy, I don't see Cindy's hand. Where's Cindy? We'll get there. Cindy, if you are here, just unmute yourself. Obviously, you've been trying for the last 5 minutes to ask something maybe. The terminology used must be correct. Exactly. Yep. Somebody's unmuted. Okay, Cindy, go ahead.
Hi, Ryan. I just want to ask a question. I'm a bit confused now because when I register, I went, I don't know, I did see that continue button. However, it went off. Automatically, after I have registered, I got these SMSs, welcoming me and everything. And then I went to the menu button, and then I went to settings where I landed on my profile where it told me that I have to pay. It gave me the FNB bank account, my reference number, and then I went to my bank app. I made the payment, immediate payment, and then I sent the proof of payment to my builder. Now my question is, I heard you speaking about the account, a Cellbox account. I don't know now how am I going to register or create my own Cellbox account. That's where I'm a bit confused.
Okay, Cindy, I'm a bit confused. You say you already have your login details for your Cellbox account, so you can actually get into Cellbox with your mobile number and the 5-digit PIN. Did you get that SMS?
Yes, I had a lot of SMS and the email. However, now
I'm asking specifically, did you get an SMS from Cellbox to say this is your username and your 5-digit PIN? Did you get that SMS?
Yes, I did get the SMS,
Okay.
which says I have.
Then you have a Cellbox account. So somehow you did click on that continue button and it was created for you and you are fine. All right. Please don't, no insight of Cellbox for all the other people. It does give you the banking details and stuff. Please don't use those things. We have a manual how to fund your Cellbox account, right? Because if you are, let's say, ABSA and you want to transfer to ABSA and you try and create the beneficiary with those details, it will say there's some error because they are already a pre-approved bank beneficiary, right? So use our manual that we've put out as a PDF, work through our manual. Because also if you Capitec, you're going to try and create the Capitec beneficiary. And we tell you from the beginning, do not do a Capitec to Capitec business EFT if you want to fund your Cellbox wallet. Create the beneficiary then with Netbank is my first choice because they are the fastest. Absa Standard Bank, FNB. All right. But it's all in our manual. Ask your upline for that manual. All right. Don't follow the things inside of Cellbox. Follow our manual. We've done it for a reason because we know what works fastest and the best. Okay. And if you haven't got that, go to your upline. If they don't have it, they must go to their upline because this is all about training and duplication. Right. And you should have that manual and give it to your people again. All right. Cindy, you still want to ask something?
My second question is, how do I share now my link? Because I want I have got people who wants to register now. How do I share my link to them?
You can share it any way you want through an email. You can give it through a WhatsApp. You've copied that link. It's in your Becw Wise in your settings area. You can copy that link, send it in a WhatsApp to them, and they just click on it and they do the registration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Cindy. Alan.
Yes, Rian, I just want to find out, you know, a lot of small businesses have these Yoko machines. Do you know if Yoko is registered on Cellbox or?
No, I have no idea. So that's why all our merchants, we send them to Cellbox, and Cellbox will put whatever is needed in place. It's not we don't do that business. So I have no idea what they need to install, if they have to pay something. I don't know. I have no idea. We don't do that part of the business. So that's between the merchant or want to be merchant with Cellbox. We just refer them there so they know it comes from our team, and maybe even that merchant wants to become part of our business matrix. So that's why we try and keep record of them, because they can even build inside the matrix their business with spend from other businesses, and they can become a merchant. So that we also then we send them to Cellbox. That's between them and Cellbox what they need. That's not our business.
Okay, no, because Yoko is just a pay point.
I know.
You get these pay point machines, yeah.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't know.
Thanks.
There's many of these pay points. That is Cellbox, and the merchant will put something in place what they need. But that's not our training.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Let me go see. There was something else. Somebody asked, which app can I download using Android? It's a website. Oh, that was answered. I think that was it. Okay. I'm just quickly going to show for those that's still here if you want to stay. So I think we've answered everybody's question. Oh, Dani wants to ask something. Okay, Dani, go ahead. Daniels, can you nie hoor nie? Let me just try and get you unmuted. Dani, you need to unmute yourself. Or press your space bar. We can't hear you. Press your space bar. That might even help as well.
Oh dear, unmuted?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are we going?
Right, what's your question?
All right. When buying from Takealot, on your checkout page, they have different options. Now we had Vernon that said that he bought from Takealot for 3,700 with his Cellbox. I would just like to know which option he used, because I see there is an option that says add gift voucher or coupon code. I would just like to know if that was maybe the option that he used to pay with his Cellbox.
Vernon, if you're still here, can you tell us? And it only works on your computer or laptop. It doesn't work on your mobile phone. Okay. So
it
maybe
is on my mobile phone.
Vernon, if you're still here, if you can tell, or is anybody else that's used Takealot, if you can tell us what was the option? It's probably the voucher.
Hi, Rian.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Just to answer that question, yes. Look, on your cell phone, you're not going to get the option for the Cellbox voucher. So you need to go onto your laptop, and then when you get to the payment method, you just change your payment method. You scroll right down to the bottom, and it is marked as Cellbox voucher. You enter your voucher number, you press proceed or pay. I can't remember the actual term. And then it accepts your voucher. But it only works on a laptop. If you go on your phone, I don't know, for some reason you don't get that option.
Excellent.
All right, perfect.
Thank you. Thanks, Vernon. Thanks, Dani.
All right, not a
You're
problem. Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Thank you, Jean.
Yeah, I just want to say regarding the payment with Takealot, if you don't have a laptop or a tablet or something, you just go onto your browser, go onto Google and type in Takealot web address, takealot.co.za, and log in, and then it acts like your laptop. Then that facility of that you are not able to pay is on the app side. So if you're using the Takealot app, you won't be able to pay. But if you go on your phone and you physically log onto the website, you will see that functionality there. I did it this morning.
Awesome. That's great to know. So on the mobile, you must go into the website, not the app. So it's the app that's actually not working. Awesome. Thank you. That's great. I will adjust my spreadsheet accordingly so people will know. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. I just want to quickly show you guys the power of spending inside your 168, with your Cellbox. Here's the spreadsheet again. So we all know this one. It comes from this spreadsheet here that we know when you spend $1,000 and you've got everybody and they get the 0.2 and whatever, you get 52,000. Right. Now, that's if you've got all your people. So you got your 10 and everybody got their 10, etc., etc. Now, what we need to understand, so it's all zero now, is how quickly can you start earning that passive income? Because that's what we want. We build so that we can earn through the spending. We want that transaction charge to happen, and then we get a credit into our Cellbox account from that transaction charge, depending on which level it is and on your own spend. Now, if you are just your own person, now this is supposed to be your first line, but if you yourself go and you're going to pay 5,000 Rand, you earn 10,000 Rand, 10 Rand, right? If you yourself, you get 0.2%, you get 10 Rand. If you've got one person in the green block, you've got one person in your line one, and that person spends 5,000 Rand, you can still earn that person's 10 Rand as well, all right? But we don't make money from just one person. If that person is now gone, you've only got one person in your front line, and he's got 5 people, you get another 25 Rand, so you're already on 35 Rand. And if that 5 people each get 4 people, and those get 3 people, look at that. You get 1,700 Rand just from 86 people in your business, but they all go and they spend 5,000 Rand. And you can do that once we introduce you to this whole voucher warehouse at Pick n Pay, the rates and taxes, electricity, water, groceries, whatever else you can pay at Pick n Pay through voucher warehouse, you will easily start spending 5,000 Rand. There's already 1,700 coming your way. But if you have got your 2 people, you've only got 2 people, and they've got 5 people each, because you're the lazy one, but they go out and they tell their 5 people. You're trying to recruit, but they're telling, all right? They got 5 people, they got 4 people, they got their 3 people. So you're far from a big business. You've got 172 people. 172. You're already earning just under 3,500 Rand from those transaction fees, because everybody's now paying their electricity, their water, their, what else there? The groceries. And let's say they also go to Total and they spend 1,000 Rand on petrol. 4,000 Rand you get back from 172 people. The power of spending inside this matrix is unbelievable. Now, let's say you've got your 3 people, and each of them, they're also a little bit lazy. They follow your example. They only get 4 people each. They get 3 people, and they get 2 people, right? You're 123 people. You still earn just over 2,000 Rand from 5,000 Rand. But if they start getting their 4 people, you got 160 people, 152, 159. You got just under 3,000 Rand. And they start spending, they start getting their 3 people. You've got 200 people, 4,000 Rand. But many of you very quickly will get your 5 people. Yeah, halfway there. 5 people, And let's say they only tell they tell 4 people, they tell 3 people, and they tell 2 people. You want 200 people in your matrix. Each one spend 5,000. You've got 3,700 in passive income. You're only 200 people. You don't need that 11,000 people to start earning in the thousands. Just use the 168 code wherever you can. Stop going to Spar, stop going to Woolworths, stop going to BP, stop going to Engine, stop going to Sasol. Go to those approved people and spend your monthly spend with these people. This is your anyway spend. Make a change in your habit. Start using that 168. Fund your wallet tomorrow, not today. Fund your wallet tomorrow morning with 10 Rand. Make sure it goes through, that you've got everything is right. Your beneficiary is fine. Your reference number is fine. Once you see that 10 Rand in, put your other 1,000 in, or 500 or 10,000, whatever you want to spend, and start spending. Because even with these people, if you spend 1,000 on petrol, 2,000 on groceries, 2,000 rates and taxes, 1,000 rand on eating out, and 1,000 on odd discount and clicks, that's 7,000, right? 7,000 very easily for the average household income. You already start earning 5,000 rand with 200 people. You've got 5 people in your front line. Many of us got the 10, right? You get the 10 people, but they're lazy. They only got their 4, their 3, their 2. You've got 400 people in your matrix. You all spend 7,000, you make 10,000. Let's go back to the 5,000 spend. You spend 5,000 each, you're only 400 people, you're earning 7.5, you're getting back more than what you're spending, which means you're going to spend some more. You have to spend inside the 168 world. That is the new norm for us from now. If you don't spend, you're going to earn nothing. Because if you don't spend anything, guess what? Let's say you spend $100. Look at that. You get 150 back, because remember, you're the leader. Each one of you is a leader in your business, and people will watch what you're doing. And if you get excited, they get excited. You all go and spend $100, you get 150. Whoopie-doo. It's hardly worth the effort, is it? Go and spend your $1,000. Now at least you get 1,500 back. Just 1,000. 1 tank of petrol, 2 tanks of petrol at total. And you all do that. You're already at going over the 1.5 with your first 10 and they told 4 and 3 and 2. This business will start duplicating it. If you get excited, start using the business. Stop recruiting, start using, and tell people what you're doing. I can show people. Where's all my slips now? I'll put them away. I've got heaps and heaps of slips. I'm collecting them. It's like my collectors. I show people, look at this. All this is earning me money. Watch for the 7th. You're going to see what I get. Look at this. Here's my water and license here. I paid that. My water and license paid. I've got my petrol slips. I show people. I spent probably already 7,500 at least. Now, if everybody starts doing that, I can earn 11,000. My team is bigger than 400, but I can with 400 already earn 11,000 because I get excited, and now my people get excited. I don't have to recruit. I tell people, I show people. But if you're not going to start using the system, what do you show them? Lots of people want to see you make something. Well, at least get a few people that you know is excited, that sees this. You already get your referral commission. Start using the system, and the 7th of the next month, you start earning your little passive income. And let's say you all only earn 60 Rand referral, but you spent this in the system. At least you get 90 Rand back. 60 Rand that you've earned, and everybody in your team, they only earn 60 Rand. Well, it can't, because you've got 10 people. You should have earned 600. But let's say you only got $60, and you all spend your $60 on your first person that you got in, you get 90 Rand back. But because you would have had to spend 600, you would have received 600, only on the 600 Rand, your first line, you start spending that, and everybody does that, you get 900 Rand back for spending the 600 Rand in your wallet with 168. And you tell everybody just do the same. You earn 900. So next month we got 900 in our wallet, right? We're not recruiting anymore. We're not telling anybody anymore. We're just getting our passive income. Let's spend the 900. All of a sudden, with the same people, we are earning 1,350 through those credits we get from the transaction fee. The next month, we all go spend the 1,350. Now we got 2,000. Next month, I spent that 2,000. We got 3,000. Look at that. And you've got nobody new in your business. You're just spending what you're making in the business. You have to spend inside the business. I know people asking, how do I withdraw? How do I withdraw? For what? If I withdraw this money and I start spending only 25 Rand because I needed the 2,000, everybody does in your team, you get 38 Rand. But if you spend that 2,025, you make 3,000 Rand. You see the power of spending in this matrix? You have to spend with your 168 if you want to start making the passive income. This is the money, not the 50 bucks for giving out your reference number and you want to give it out more than 10 times because you want that 50 Rand. 50 Rand's nothing. This is where the money is. The spending. Start spending. Even if you've got only one member, even if it's just you and one member or your 10 people, and nobody's told anybody. Nobody's told nobody. It's just you and your 10 people. Go spend that 2,000 Rand, at least you get 41 Rand. But you have to start duplicating. Those 10 people, they got to tell their 10 people. Your second row is very easy because you've worked very close with your first line and you help them build their first line, which is your second line. So your first 110 people should be so easy and quickly. And there you already earned 243 Rand. But now you need to start duplicating. They told 4 people each so far, and they told 3 people. Look at that, 1,700. You earn 14,000 Rand. Work with your first line so they get their first 10 people. That's the most important foundation for your business. But then your first line needs to start working with their first line to build their second line, which is your third line. It is a business of duplicating. And we see, I'm going to close this sharing now. We see so many people asking questions, and from the question they ask, I can see they have had zero training from the person that got into the business. I had a person contacting me saying, I paid my 200 Rand and I didn't get paid on Friday. What did you think is going to happen? What did the person tell you that got you in? You just joined this business for 200 and Friday you get money? You have to get excited and start telling people. That person got zero support from his person. And each one of you sitting here, you are starting your business and you have to duplicate your business. And what you do to your first 10 people, they're going to replicate that. You make it difficult and sound like referring people, they're going to do the same. You make it fun, they make it fun, and your business will grow. You have to introduce your person to the business and tell them what to do. Give them the tools, give them the PDF files that we've got out there. They're rough and tough. I know some of them looks like done by grade 1, but they work. I don't have time for pictures and stuff in my PDFs at the moment. We'll make them nice eventually, but the information is there. This is how you're going to collapse your voucher. This is how you're going to fund your wallet. This is how you're going to do this. This is how you're going to do that. It's all out there. We all share this. I share from the top. My top or my first line, they're the top. They share it to their top. They share it to theirs. But somewhere, something's falling apart. And people are not sharing and training their people anymore. And then those people, what do? They give up. Because this person obviously paid the 200 and thought maybe they're going to get 250,000 Rand on Friday because they got the wrong training or they got zero training. All right, cool. Natasha. Latasha, unmute yourself. Let me ask you to unmute.
Excuse, sorry. Okay, there's a question in a group where somebody has actually asked on prepaid electricity. If somebody has managed to buy prepaid electricity through have you done it?
Yesterday.
Okay, awesome. Tell us. We're all ears.
Right. So we will do training on this specifically, but basically what happens is Voucher Warehouse is a merchant for Bitcoin wise. We cannot go to you cannot, if you want to pay your electricity, you have to do it now at Pick n Pay, right? We can't pay with 168 at Checkers or any other place. You go to Pick n Pay. Well, you're going to do it at Pick n Pay from now, but this is the process. Voucher Warehouse has got the contract with Pick n Pay to purchase vouchers, Pick n Pay vouchers in bulk for us to use. Now, we can only make money in this business if we spend with the 168. So what do we do? What did I do? I went to Dave, who is the connection with Voucher Warehouse, and said, I want 2,000 Rand, which is going to pay my rates and taxes, my water, and my prepaid electricity. I need 2,000 Rand. So Dave can only go to Pick n Pay if he's got 10,000 Rand in total or more, right? He has to pay in 10,000 Rand bundles. Then Dave will say, right, so you kind of register your interest in having electricity vouchers. okay, from Pick n Pay. So we register with Dave, and I say to Dave, right, I want 2,000. I'm just going to pick names now. Natasha says she wants 2,000. Anna wants 2,000. Dani wants 2,000. Alan wants 2,000. So we've got 10,000. Dave will let us know, right? I'm going to Pick n Pay. I'm going to get your electricity vouchers. Pay your money to voucher warehouse. We then I transfer 2,000 to voucher warehouse. Okay, that's my spend with my 168. Voucher warehouse will tell Bitcoin wise that they've paid and you owe them their 0.2 and whatever else. Okay. Dave goes to Pick n Pay. He gets these vouchers for 10,000 Rand. He sends you a photo of your voucher number. So in 1,000 Rands. So I got two 1,000 Rand vouchers. So now my 168 was spent. I earn and everybody in the team earns. Dave goes to Pick n Pay. He gets the vouchers on my behalf. He sends me a photo. There's your 2,000 Rand. I went to Pick n Pay and I said, I've got my two vouchers. Can I put them on a gift card? And here's my Pick n Pay gift card. I got the pink one. Salome got a blue one, right? I got the pink one. So I got a pink, nice Pick n Pay card. I load my 2,000 Rand on here. I then went to the counter and I said, can I pay my electricity? I hand them my bills, these ones, and they put in my number. Well, how much you want to pay? And I give them the amount. The other one, how much do you want to pay? And this one, I gave them the amount. And I said, I want to buy prepaid. And I gave them that number that's on that little card. I've got the Conlock machine. So it's got a little card that came with it. I gave them that card. They punch in that number, wherever that card is. And it came to 1,990 Rand and some cents. Pops your uncle. All paid. I got a long receipt. And at the bottom, it gives me my number that I need to punch into my prepaid meter. Somewhere it is. And that's how easy it is. And all of a sudden, I've spent 2,000 Rand with my 168. And we all earn, right? Or the team that I'm part of earns. Okay. That's how it works. But we have to register. So that procedure, I need to now type up and put it in my group so everybody can follow that procedure. I wonder, where is my receipt? Everybody can follow that procedure so you can start paying your electricity different, change a habit. Yes, was it more effort to pay? Yes. Because when do I usually pay my electricity? Like at midnight on my computer, through my bank, boom, paid. Now I have to go to Pick n Pay. But you know what? If I and my entire team pays 2,000 Rand worth of electricity and water and rates and taxes, and my team is full, I earn 104,000 Rand for that. I'm happy. So I pay it now when I do my Pick n Pay shopping. And next month, I want again 2,000 Rand. I just use the same card and I top up this card. This is now like a debit card for me. So it's in my wallet where all my debit and credit cards are. Because whenever I go to Pick n Pay, I pay with this one. But now I need to put an extra 2,000 on for my groceries. So I'll say, Dave, I need 2,000 more for my groceries. Once he's got his 10,000, he goes and he will get the vouchers for us. And I will just keep on loading this. Per card, you can have 5,000 Rand. So if you need 10,000 yourself, you're just going to have two Pick n Pay cards. It keeps the balance. You spend what you need and the balance will be on here. You get like a receipt that tells you what's the balance on your card. All right. Super, super easy. So we all need to change that habit because that is a big spend into your matrix. You just saw the power of spending with your 168. Start spending whatever you can. Change those habits and start spending inside the 168 world. Okay, so I will put this out. And Salome has also tried it. And Salome and I, we celebrated that with milkshake yesterday or the day before. And her husband is over the moon. He's now a 168 addict. And I am, and I know everybody else smiling here as well, because it works. Yes, it's a bit of an effort. Is it an effort to get out at total to go and pay inside? Yes. But if I do it and I spend 1,000, my entire team spends 1,000, I earn 52,000. So I changed two habits. I put in petrol total, I pay my electricity at Pick n Pay. That's 3,000 Rand. The entire team does this, I earn 150,000 Rand. Come on. I'm changing habits. do the same. Start spending, because that is going to help you getting excited, and you will stop recruiting immediately. You're going to just tell people and they will get excited and say, where do I sign? You don't sign, you just go click on my link. All right. That's how easy it is. So that's the voucher warehouse in a nutshell. I will write it up to try and make it as foolproof as possible so that even I can understand it. I usually test it with the boys. I do it and I give it to them and say, if you had to do this, will you be able to do it? And if it passed, I mean, they are quite intelligent, but that's my first level of seeing if my instructions actually work. All right, can you then use that Pick n Pay voucher and charge it onto your Pick n Pay Smart Shopper? Why do you want to charge onto Pick n Pay Smart Shopper? But anyway, if you've received your vouchers, you can do with them what you want. You can give them to your grandmother, to your children, whatever, because you've already spent your 168. Your 168 was spent with Voucher Warehouse. You will get those vouchers in two pieces. I got mine in two 1,000 Rand pieces, and I just put them on a card. You can do what you want. The spend has been done. As long as you don't take cash to pay more for your groceries and pay that in cash, get more vouchers. Okay. So no, Voucher Warehouse is really, it's a powerful merchant that we've got. And that merchant in itself is going to make us spend 2, 3, 4, 5,000 Rand per month. Okay. But I will put out a procedure. Right. Jean, got another question. No, Anna, Thriving with Anna. You can unmute and ask. Oh, Anna's gone. Probably answered the questions. Wow, look at this. I was going to do 90 minutes. We're already at 2 hours. How's that? Oh, Jean's going to speak. Yes.
Excuse this. But sorry, I'm gonna do it in English then for you to answer then. I had one of my members asking yesterday. He went to Checkers to find out he needs to pay some bills, Avon or whatever it is. And he asked the lady at the kiosk if he can do it with his 168 voucher. And she said yes. So he asked me if that's possible. And I said, well, try it. You know, if they accept it, then great for you. If you get points, then that's a bonus. If you don't, then at least you've paid your bill. But according to the girl at the kiosk, he can do it. So I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, the only way he's going to know is try it. If they put this 168 code in and it does not work, then obviously he can't. Now, this is the other thing about Voucher Warehouse. Your DSTV, your Brokeflix, whatever you want to pay, you know those things that we pay? ADT, all those places, we can actually pay via Voucher Warehouse. If your let's say electricity supplier or Avon or whoever, if they've got an alternative form of payment, and like I know on our accounts with the municipality, or what they call themselves, it's there at the bottom. If you see something like this, like what's it says, Easy Pay, that type of things, it means they've got an alternative way of payment. Then we can use our vouchers. It might just need to go through Voucher Warehouse. So that's why I say with the Voucher Warehouse and the Pick n Pay vouchers, it opens up 168, I think Dave told me, 168 other suppliers that we can pay, including DSTV, for instance. So that's another 1,000 Rand for most people. Yeah.
Can one get a list of those? Sorry, Dave. Can we get a list of those other options that we can do through Voucher Warehouse, maybe, Rian?
I'll ask Dave for that. But whatever you can pay at the Pick n Pay kiosk, you can pay. And yeah, but I'll see if Dave has got a list of that. Maybe he does. But that is just massive. Yeah, like Estelle, that's huge. Absolutely. And this is why I say, even when you start building your team, you've got 10 people, 15, 20 people, start using it, because very quickly, all of you start spending 10,000 Rand and you get 2,000, 3,000 Rand back. And then you start growing because you get excited. And you're still spending 10,000, but now you start getting 6,000 and 7,000 back. So from the beginning, get your people to use 168, because that will get them excited. All right. Jean, another question.
Yes, I just want to make a comment. I live in a very small, actually a village. So My closest shopping is about 27 kilometers away, and the next one is nearly 60. So we have total. I was very excited, but both my totals in this small town and the bigger town are both they are total. It's total petrol, but the payment system is not Total Energies, so I can't use it there. That is the one thing. One must just make sure beforehand that they actually have the total pay point, if I can call it that. Both my ones are at under agri market, so it's some other pay point they use. And then secondly, paying your municipal bills at Pick n Pay. Just make sure. I come from the municipal consulting area. Not all municipalities that are signed up with or have signed contracts with Pick n Pay. So just make sure that you don't load a lot of money on your card if you want to pay your electricity and rates and whatever, and then your municipality is not. In the city, most probably, but in the smaller towns, make sure that they will accept that there's a contract. You will see it on your bill, whether they are. So in my town, we don't have a Pick n Pay. In the whole area, I will have to drive 200 kilometers to get to a Pick n Pay. So obviously, my municipality is not signed up with that.
Yeah. Yes. So if you're in Swane, for instance, you have that facility. If you've got a Pick n Pay, obviously. So the entire Swane, on their bills, they have an alternative form of payment, which is shown on their statement. At the bottom of this does say Easy Pay. So that means you can pay differently for your bill. You can go to a bank and pay. You can go to Absa and pay. You can pay through Easy Pay. Easy Pay means you can pay with a Pick n Pay voucher, for instance. Now, Kakamas, for instance, I don't know what province that is. They don't have it. So that province has not integrated with the Pick n Pay system. You pay Kakamas municipality. Okay. So always important, just check whether they do have the alternative method of payment. Then yes, we can do it. Total has to be Total Energies, right? Not something else. Another thing to note, Wimpy. If Wimpy is situated together with an engine garage, for instance, like on the N3, there are plenty of them, they don't take it. They fall under the engine thing, logo, whatever. Yes, they've got a Wimpy, but they pay through the engine payment system. Don't go to the Drakensberg and stop at Wimpy and brag with your friends you're paying for the breakfast, and because you've got a lot of cell bucks, and all of a sudden you don't. Okay, always check. So I do that every time. I'm trying to go through this list and go and visit each brand, but I always ask, do you take? And if they don't, I want to speak to the supervisor, the manager. And why do you not take it? You have to take it because your logo is here. All right. But that's usually the actual outlet that's just not installed the software, or they've not ticked it to activate it. Okay. While on this call, I've sent info to over 30. The power of social media is massive. Don't be afraid to use it. Absolutely. Just make sure they don't randomly sign up and you don't know who they are, because then you can't build with them, for them. Unless, some people will just run with this. Services we offer, Pick n Pay. Oh, there's somebody's put in a link here. Okay. So click on that link that Latasha's put in. That will actually take you somewhere. Let me see if I can copy this link. I'm just going to paste it somewhere quickly so we can put this in a document. Latasha, did you count them? There are 168. All right. So it's money mobile services. Okay. All right. I think this was a good session. Lots of questions answered. The next one we'll do will be a training again, so we can get all these new people also some training going. But you are level 0. All of you are a level 0. It's you. And you've got people that is relying on you to give them the knowledge of how to do this business. It's your duty as an upliner to give your people training, to tell them what to do, what not to do, where the documents are, what documents to use, how to transfer the money, how to collapse and stuff, which means you need to use the system. Use the system so you can show them. You are the trainer, okay? We can't just be 4, 5, 6 people, 10 people that's doing all the training, or not the training. I don't mind doing the training. I mean, getting SMS, WhatsApps. How do I do this? I did this, I did that. How do I do this? I am, and you can ask people, I am literally asking those people, who's your upline? Go back to your upline. But my upline's not speaking to me. Why did you sign up with them? You made that choice. Now you have to get that upline's upline. Okay? You can't just all go to 5 people or 10 people here. We can't anymore service 2,000 people. We also have a life, right? It's your duty, it's my duty, it's each and every one of us, it's our duty to educate ourselves so we can educate the people that we bring in so that they can educate their people. This is about duplications, not about 1 or 2 or 5 people, 10 people trying to run a business with 11,000 people. If you're going to do that, you're in the wrong business. Go work for a boss. This is empowering every person. That's why we are creating 1 million entrepreneurs, not 1 million employees. An entrepreneur will give his knowledge over or her knowledge over to the next person. You will empower people. That's what entrepreneurs do. They empower themselves. Well, they're usually empowered, and they empower other people. And what you don't know, you get that knowledge. Go ask for the training. Always go back to the person that got you into this business. That's the person you said yes to. That's the person you rely on. That's the person who is, let's say, your trainer. Okay? Go back to that person. If you make ads less is more, just say what? If you make ads less is more just saying, get them to the Zoom so they can get the correct. Yeah, just get the curiosity there. You want to know more? Come to the Zoom. All right. So if I received a spillover into my account for some reason, obviously it's difficult to know to now change that. You can't change that. Can I just get another phone number and start over properly? No, Fatima, you can only have 1 account. You've got 1 spillover, right? You've got a choice. You've got 9 other legs. Build those legs. You've got another 10,000 people to get in before you worry about that leg. Or if that leg is not doing anything, just put people under that leg and start building. The only problem is if that leg does not pay eventually, you don't benefit from that leg. But if you've got a leg, a spillover, and they've actually paid and they do nothing, you can build under that person. Yes, they're going to get the benefit, but your entire business gets the benefit. But do that one last, okay? But you can't just start new and start new and start new because you can only register once, all right? If they pick up, you've got 2 and 3 different spots, they will take them out, all right? You don't want to do that. Can a business join as a member? Yes, Marty van der Merwe, please contact me. We're putting all this together this week. So I know I said that last week as well, but unfortunately, while I'm still getting 200 WhatsApps per day, I can't get to the business matrix. We are busy putting the business matrix together. So get to me, Marty, because the businesses will go into a business matrix. That's not a matrix to build down. That's a matrix just going from left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. It's not who knows who, it's left to right. Okay. So that's the business matrix, but do get in touch with me. While on this call, okay, that's done. Okay, we got that. Right. Will you remove a leg that does not pay? I'm not removing that, but the system, if at this stage, 2 months later, if they've not paid, they're out. Now, I don't know what happens next. Does your matrix move up or does that spot just becomes available? Logic tells me it will move up because you cannot have somebody without a person on top. So I believe it will just move up. Okay. I was in a meeting last night with another type of business and somebody said, what happens if the person stops paying? And they said that spot becomes available. And I'm like, it can't, because you cannot build a matrix without a person that spots. So logic just says to me, everything moves 1 step up. Okay. Hendrik and Estelle, can we have the spreadsheet? Yes, once I've had time to make it sort of foolproof so that people can't change the formulas, I'll give it to you because it's nice to play with. And you can even your own matrix, you can start counting, but don't waste time on counting. In the beginning, it's easy, but thereafter, you're just wasting time. You can put there, yes, I've got 10. I see everyone's got an average on my second line, 5. And, and you can just almost project what type of income you should be expecting. Yeah, I think we've done it. Oh, we've got 2 more people again. Muriel, I haven't spoken to you today. Go for it.
Hi, Leon. Okay, so one of the people that signed up through me during the week, she logged in, everything was fine. And then yesterday when she tried to log into Bitcoin Wise, the login details didn't work anymore. So Nella is our only point of contact to get that sorted.
Yeah. What I do in that case, Muriel, is I will ask that person to forward me their screenshot of their login that they've done, their mobile number, and the screenshot of their password. And I'll try it on my computer just to see if it's is it local based or is it something in the system. If I cannot get in either, did you change your password? Because obviously, no, you can't can you change your password with Bitcoin Wise in the settings area? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If they change it, where's the screenshot of the new password? Otherwise, Nella is the one because she needs to reset that password, which goes to IT. They're going to send an OTP, but you have to be like within 60 seconds. You need to give them the OTP so they can reset it. So it is a massive problem once people start changing or forgetting passwords. So I always do the first check. Send me your login details. Look, it doesn't matter if you give me your login details for Bitcoin Wise. I can have everybody's login details because it's only a viewing platform. You can't do nothing in there. It's viewing and viewing only. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you give me your password and your login for Bitcoin Wise. It's for me just a way to check. Can I get in? Yes, I can. I'll get something on your computer. Clear the cache, restart your computer, see if you can get in. If I get the same message, off to Nella with screenshots and a cryptic message. This is what's happened.
And Nella only works Monday to Friday, correct?
Absolutely. It's a business.
Yes.
But she's been
Okay.
working yesterday. She's been working today because I've been receiving stuff back from her. So she's actually working extra because people are making mistakes, which are all mostly user errors. So she has been working this weekend. So I take my hat off for her. And I know sometimes in the evening at 10 o'clock, last night, I think it was 11 o'clock or something, she sent me a message. She cannot do this anymore. Just like I cannot, Latasha can't, Willem can't, Estelle can't. People have to start looking after their own people. But yes, if Nella stopped getting all these user errors of negligence, it will be much easier for all of us. People have to just take this slowly and make sure they register properly, make sure they do the screenshots. That's why we tell them. And this is, again, I'm not speaking to you specifically, Muriel. When we say to you, this is how you register, you have to tell that to your new person, to tell that to their new people. That's the duplication. But people are not telling people this. So why are you getting training if you're not handing it over to the next people? It is about duplication. But yeah, unfortunately, Nella is the person that Nella is the person that you contact. She then puts it out to IT or this or Cellbugs or whatever area it needs to go to. But she's the one creating it. I know they're working on a ticket system that will obviously allocate automatically to the different departments. So they are working with that, and that will hopefully help us. All right. Cool. Does it answer your question, Muriel?
Yes, it does. And then just a note for all the new people. I think if you are transferring to your Cellbucks wallet, please do so on a Monday or a Tuesday, not a Friday and not a public holiday. And that's it. Thank you, Rian.
Yeah. And on that, I tell my people Monday to Thursday, office hours, you do your transfer. Don't transfer 11 o'clock at night and then tomorrow morning you send me a message. Oh, I don't see my money. Well, because you did 11 o'clock last night. Do a transfer from you to your mother and see if it happens at 11 o'clock. It's not going to happen. Banks do these things in office hours. Okay. Whatever happened after a certain cutoff, you can check your bank when they stop with this process. Then it still needs to go through Netcash, who also only works Monday to Friday office hours. They don't even work on weekends. Not the banks at least still work on a Saturday, but it goes to Netcash. Netcash is back in the office on Monday. So Monday to Thursday, office hours is when you do your transfers. That's it. That's why we tell this to people. Tell it to your people. Okay. Estelle. En dan dink ek is ons klaar.
Ariane, yes, please let me be the last one. Okay, so this is one of the ladies that has joined. He's not obviously on this training, so I have said to her, please, if you want questions like this answered, you need to be on the trainings. But she has said that her helper has, obviously she's joined her helper, has people from church that want to join, but they don't have South African IDs. But they do live in South Africa and they do have South African cell phone numbers. Can they join without a South African ID? What would they put in there? Just their passport. Whatever ID they have, their passport number. Okay. Hundreds. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So they
Flake,
have
flake, my story flake.
they live here, they work here, they here
Yes.
legitimately, they've got a passport. That's why when you
Yes.
put in your ID number, it actually says ID/passport. So that if you live here, you're active in this country, but you can be here, could be a German working here for the next 10 years. You want to participate in this, of course. You just put your passport number in.
Okay,
Thomas just
amazing. Thank
mentioned,
you.
yeah, all right, sorry. Thanks, Estelle. Thomas said you can change your login PIN on Cellbucks via their website. Yes, you can. Take a screenshot. We've had people that went into Cellbucks, changed their PIN, and now they can't get in. And they don't have a screenshot where you actually got it on an SMS, which is proof what the PIN is. So if you change your PIN, you have to take a screenshot of that PIN. Because believe me, 5 digits, you forget. And then you have to go through the whole reset process, which is a pain in the backside. Okay. So only change it if you have to and you know what that PIN is. Make a screenshot. Estelle, is it terug? Is it nie klaar nie? Latasha wil laaste wees. Dan is
Okay,
ons
ek is laaste. Sorry. Okay, so a question came up again. So one of the ladies have asked a question about if a business wants to register. So say for instance, I know it can be done, but now she wants to make sure if she brings this business, will she be able to benefit from this? Or is it gonna it's gonna go past the, okay, thank you for the lead, shop, thank you, or can she actually benefit from it?
So the business benefits us as BcoinWise members. Okay, so the business is not for you to directly always benefit from that. If you've got a business, you can register in the business matrix and you will get businesses underneath you, which you don't know about, right? If you don't have a business, you don't have a business, right? So the business matrix is there for businesses. It's not to, because now that lady heard it from someone and she wants to benefit, who heard it from someone, she wants to benefit, heard it from someone, eventually get back to me. So now we're 10 levels down. The business matrix is purely for businesses. It's not who heard from whom. The owner of the business, like I'm the owner of my own business. I am in the personal business where you guys are now as well. And my business is in the business matrix. And that's it. And it will be filled from left to right as businesses come. Do I benefit from that one? No, only when businesses come in, right? That's how I refer to my own business. I don't benefit from that and that's an extremely slow matrix because we need 11,000 businesses before the top is, fall through to the bottom. So that is just to get those businesses to be part of the matrix, and they will start getting their income from other businesses spent. Now, if you have a business, obviously there's going to be 10 businesses under that business, and so it will grow. But it's not one of those things where we're building in depth. But you told me, and I told you, and you told me, because in fact, all of you started because I told somebody in my front line. That's how all of you are here. But I long past the PowerPoint where I benefit from some of you, because some of you is my 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th level, probably by now the 12th level. So no, if you're a business, let me know. We put you in the matrix, and you're in the business matrix, and then businesses will come across, and they fall from left to right. That's how that one works. It's not for personal gain as such. Okay. Cool. Happiness. It is the Zimbabweans. Yeah, they're fine. Zimbabweans got passports. If they didn't swim through the Crocodile River, they should have a passport, and then they should be quite legal, and they're paying taxes in this country. So they have a SIM card. So just make sure they got a SIM card. All right. Those of you that are connected to churches, for instance, that is a massive market, and they can fall under you, right? Because there is a way that they're not, sorry, but they will bring in those members somehow, but churches will be a big spillover for the entire matrix. So if you've got connections there, then Dave and you will sit and chat, and with Frans, how we can work with churches. Okay, how to get them into the matrix. Because some of our churches, I know they are busy folding because they don't get money. But if we can start getting them into passive income, they will survive again. All right. So if you've got good connections with that, also let me know so we can put those connections through to Dave and you and Frans, and let's see how we can get that church into this business and help them to survive. Okay. I know, for instance, France himself, he's speaking to a massive group of potential 2 million people, and they are working on the first 400,000 people to get them in. It's a massive group. So those basically will become spillovers, but it doesn't matter if it fills up your matrix, it's okay. But there is potential for these big groups, how to handle them and get them into this business. And again, it's for the bigger benefit also of this, because the more people we have, the more spend we have, the more merchants we can get. All right. So that's me. 12:30, lunchtime. 1 hour over, but I think it was good. We will try and index this as good as we can, but there's loads of different questions. But we will put this up. Somebody wants to sit for 2.5 hours, listen to this. It's great. Guys, this is the one thing I see people do. They want to watch all the Zooms. They want to watch all the training. They want to rewatch the Zooms. They want to rewatch the training. Watching the stuff does not make you money. You can only learn so much, then you need to start applying what you've learned. You cannot watch for the next 2 months every day Zooms. You're not going to make any money that way. Get excited. Start using the system. Tell people what you're doing. Tell them you're making money. People that watch these trainings over and over and over, they're the people who's not going to make the money. Right? Yes, you learn something, but you need to start applying. The little bit that you know, go and apply it. You know how to get excited. Start using the vouchers. Start using your 168. Go ask your ShopRite, can I pay with the Y code? Yes, right. I'm just going home. I'm going to transfer my money and tomorrow I'm back. Right? Start using it. That's how you're going to learn. You have to learn through doing the stuff. Don't try and know everything before you start speaking with your one person, because then you're trying to equip yourself to recruit. And it's not going to work. People run away from recruiters. People love to know what you're doing when you tell them you're making money and you don't tell them what you're doing. Right? Then they get curious. That's what we want to do in this business. Okay, cool. Thank you. And always remember, any questions you've got, go back to your upline. There was a question I was going to answer. If you do a transfer to your Cellbucks wallet and your reference number is incorrect, that one you can send to me directly. Any other questions and stuff, go back to your upline. That person got you here. That person needs to train you. That person sorts out your issues. If they can't, they will escalate to their person. Okay. And that's how we're going to empower everybody to know everything. I started this business knowing nothing. I just asked my upline all the time until I knew everything. And everybody that's part of my team directly, they ask me all the time. And now they've got enough knowledge and they go on. And as we learn more, like we do with the Takealot thing, and I made some notes here, we will put that out and you empower your people. Okay, good stuff. Enjoy your lunch. We will be back at, what time is our Zoom tonight? I think it's 5 o'clock, and then we have 5 o'clock in English and 6:15 in Afrikaans. All right, bring your people. Get them excited, and we will talk to them and let them start as soon as possible and start spending. All right. Tomorrow you find your wallet, not today. Tomorrow, business hours. Cheers and thank you. Thanks for those who's helped me to get these questions down so we can make a top of an index. Thanks for those who's been here, giving up your Sunday morning. Do appreciate it. Empower the people that you bring into this business. Please, it's all about duplication. All right. Thanks. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys this afternoon. Cheers and bye-bye.